Super Bowl bound. I shouldn't do that this year because I said that last year. Look what happened. You know, you do. I do wonder sometimes. Do you have enough within you to actually influence things in that fashion? You gotta be careful what you say. But you know, you know what? Let us talk about fun stuff because you know we got some time to kill before the guys get back into camp. As we know, the Niners have plenty of well-established players that are going to make the big red and gold machine roll. But over there are those particular players that will be the main ones to put the dagger in the hearts of opponents during any given contest. We've seen it before so many times. You think about the guys, man, that involves like, oh man, I'll get into it. My guys, I got planned for that one. Tonight, we'll be taking your phone calls for your predictions of the Niners personnel who will be leaned upon in some cases to play the role of sudden assassin on many a Sunday. We've seen that. That's what's exciting about this particular 49ers team. You see these guys come out of nowhere because you know you got the guys that always do a number, but then you got those 49ers that come out of nowhere to just make a big difference. Oh, by the way, Justin School is back with the Niners after being waived last week. Pete Carroll fell down on his job. I can't imagine him letting School get away. School could have provided intel and got the SOBs. If there's anything the Hawks need is offensive linemen. There's no such thing as a bad offensive lineman in the NFL. They don't have any. They have, well, you know what? They got a guy from the Raiders. His time seems that his best days are behind him. He's almost 30. I forget his name, but well, there you go. He's not somebody that everybody knows about, but the Hawks picked him up because I guess they picked him up cheap. And Russell Wilson, y'all got me an inexpensive offensive lineman. We had this conversation, I believe, during the Super Bowl. You're still not talking to me about these things. So they've got him over there. I'm thinking though, School comes over, and School's probably, compared to what they have, decent, and he could provide them with intel. And you know, Pete Carroll, that's what he's always trying to do. He's trying to get a leg up on the 49ers so he can come in and say, yeah, well, we know that they do this. We know that they're going to do that. And so we're going to plan around that. Okay, go ahead. But anyway, Justin's back in Santa Clara. He'll rehab with us, which is really actually the right thing to do. He got hurt playing with the 49ers and just go kick him to the curb. I mean, that's the nature of the business, I understand. But, you know, anyway, he went unclaimed and we went back to the team's IR list. School will not count against the 90-man. 91 guys, actually, really, with Alfredo Gutierrez. I didn't know that they actually counted Alfredo. When I read about that program that they're running, internationalizing the NFL by bringing in players from all over the world to play on different teams, I thought it did not count against the roster and a cap or anything else. So it's interesting to see. But Alfredo was a part of our roster, apparently. But School's $894,887 salary, $87 salary will count against the cap. So there is that. The Niners used the vacant roster spot to sign old lineman Senio Clemente to a one-year deal. Fam, you know, here's the thing that drove me wild. According to this report, School was on track to become the Niners' top backup to tackles Trent Williams and Mike Mcglinchey. Really? Why'd they waive him then? So you got to be careful with the media because I think they just throw things in there to sweeten up the article. I don't know. Oh, by the way, fam, if you really appreciated the time Richard Sherman was with us, I have a couple of shirts that I want to sell. So if you want to make a claim on those before I put them on eBay, let me know. You know, I should wait though because you know Rich has already said I just want to go to a contender. I'll make up my mind here before training camp. Richard Sherman could come trotting back out on the field as a 49er, so maybe I'll wait. Never mind, I'll withdraw that offer. Fam, I caught tonight's fun subject by Bleacher Report's Brad Gagnon about X Factors. I couldn't wait to discuss with you tonight. This is a fun thing you do when you got nothing else to talk about with the 49ers. When things are going slow. The dictionary defines an X factor as a person that has a strong but unpredictable influence. That sound familiar to you? Does that apply to a lot of guys we know that wear 49er uniforms? That would be an accurate way to describe a lot of NFL players, period. But every team has to have that ultimate X factor. And actually, the Niners have a few players that fit that description. And in many cases, you could pretty much declare that any unproven starting quarterback fits the bill, but that's just too obvious, right? Everybody knows every starting QB will have a massive influence on what happens on the field. He's the guy he's running the machine, right? Last offseason, BR's Brent Sobleski figured there were 3 types of X factors. To break those down real quick: individuals who have yet to reach their full potential, rookies who could contribute at a higher level than their draft status indicates, and established veterans stepping into new situations with the need to reestablish themselves. We've got a number of players on the roster that fit all those descriptions, actually. Gagnon also suggested that new situation doesn't need to be a new team. We can also consider young players who, in fact, have lived up to expectations but could become superstars in 2021. I know, right? What's the first thing that pops in your the first face and head that pops in your mind and name? Brandon Ayuk, right? He is a child of great expectations for 2021. Just to make this more interesting, though, as a challenge, fam, let's rule out the starting QB or prototypical stars, but the players whose performances this season could be a part of the explanation as to why we're on our way to the Super Bowl. I'm going to stop using that. It's bad luck. Playoffs. Okay, let's get to the playoffs first. They play for either or miss the playoffs entirely. Who are those people, right? You could argue that Jimmy Garoppolo, Debo Samuel, George Kittle, and Nick Bosa are all X factors for the Niners, considering that they're crucial players coming off injury derailed seasons. But let's not do that, okay? Don't leave out the quarterback and guys like Nick and of course, because GK, these guys are not. They are always going to have impact. That's who they are. I'm talking about those guys. So no starting quarterback rule. GK and Nicky B are too easy. We all know they're going to kick ass as long as they're on the field. That's just the way it is. There's a little more margin for error with Debo because of the presence of, as I just mentioned, Brandon Ayuk at wide receiver. Gagnon did choose, though, JG's favorite non-Kittle target from 2019 as a Niners X factor. His reasoning is this: it'll be hard for Kittle to excel to the best of his superstar ability and for Ayuk to evolve as a sophomore if Debo can't stay healthy and pick up in 2021 where he left off during a very promising rookie campaign in 2019. That's true. The Niners are stacked in a lot of spots, but a lot rest on Debo's mean running shoulders. Well, I love to watch him come around that corner, that jet sweep. If you're a DB and you played that position, seeing a dude like that coming around the corner with a full head of steam is not pleasant, and you do challenge your own mentality as to whether you want to continue to do this. Because that boy, Debo, bam, you can hear that collision out. I'm surprised cops aren't coming out down, rolling out on the field and drawing chalk marks around the dude that tried to take Debo down, man, for police reports. The first dude gets it. Bam! Get up out the street. Man, but fam, it's hard to imagine the Niners rebounding from a miserable 2020 if Debo isn't a big factor in this upcoming season. You know what, though? My picks, though. I'm looking at Dre Greenlaw because of his sudden kill plays against the Hawks in his rookie season. I think that's who Greenlaw is. I think when all else fails, Mrs. Greenlaw's baby boy comes flying in, cake streaming in the wind and everything, and makes that killer play that somebody had to do it. Dre did it. Hollister, man, you can lean back. Hell no, you ain't. Get your body him up high. Drag him down. Fred Warner comes out. Oh, yeah, you got him. No, denied, Hawks. Denied. Well, I can't get over that play, but I got photos I'm saving. I'm gonna have it framed. I would have also chosen Jeffrey Wilson Jr. This season had he been available. He also has a knack for that dude. He's not the dude on the billboard that will destroy an opponent, right? But he is. Jeffrey Wilson Jr. last year, even with nobody on the field, Jeffrey Wilson's out there he's taking the Belichick Patriots down. Remember that pass in 2019? Cardinals, blitz, Jeffrey Wilson got out there, space just in time. Drops for the line of scrimmage. Jeffrey Wilson. I got this, y'all. to the end zone. Jeffrey Wilson, touchdown, Niners. What? God. Jeffrey Wilson with it. He is an X Factor. So he should put on his uniform, X Factor. I'm going to miss him, man. I love to watch him play. I also agree with Gagnon about Debo. I've said that since his performance in rookie year, that he is the catalyst that fires the Niners offensive machine up. If Debo's rolling, chances are huge the Niners have control of that game. So, and Kyle, I ain't gonna never stop on this. Kyle, if you'd have kept feeding him in the Super Bowl, they had no answer for him. Just give him the damn ball. So anyway. Oh, I got one more, though. I'm also predicting Javon Kitlaw to be that player that raises nearly as much hell. I said nearly as much, so don't misunderstand. I said nearly as much hell as Nick. Why? Because this year he's going to get the coaching he needs. He's been working out as if he needed to. And somebody pointed him out as being a little fleshy, a little baby fat or whatever. I didn't see that last year, but the boy has been working out. When you're that big and you get hard, God, man, him and Nick on the same field at the same time, everybody's going to eat. I've got him picked as that dude that they can't do nothing with. It'll be several games like that where the booth announcer is going to say, well, tonight, you ordinarily expect Nick Bosa to raise hell at the front line and pretty much set the pace for the 49ers defense. But tonight, Nick's got a sidekick, and Javon Kitlaw has been all over the backfield of the Hawks all evening long. I want to say the Rams, but the Rams have become such, I almost said it, like, pushovers. You don't probably need it. It'll be overkill. Fam, give me your X Factors tonight. I'd love to hear it. Beast Mode 2-1 says, I'm starting to think D Ford is a cheerleader. Jalen Hurd, the water boy, he gets injured. He reminds me of Darius. Guys can't make it 2 seasons. What happened to Darius? Is he still out? I'd forgot all about him. And I was hoping the 49ers would pick him up. Ooh. Matty, yes. Hey, shout out from Bend, Oregon, and go Niners. Matty! And Rick, there's a Rick E. I like that. R-I-Q-E. Ricky, Ronbo and the San Francisco 49ers are still number one franchise in all the land. Rick, thanks, fam. 49ers fan, 1980. Word, Ronbo, shout out from Corvallis, Oregon. Hey! What's up, 49 fan 1983? I have been getting your mail, too. Email. I hit you back already, though. You saw that, right? Beast Mode 21, DJ Jones. Nice call. Beast Mode's got Jones as his X Factor. Big Daz, Jalen Hurd, if he is healthy, can make SF indefensible. I had him in mind. I thought also about Richie James. Richie James, Kyle won't let him play enough, but you're right. If Jalen Hurd plays, God, yes, he will be that guy. I just know it. And Ronbo Birch. Mr. Block Ice, my X Factor, my running backs, and my D-line helps both sides. It's true. I'm waiting to see, though. I want to know what Aaron Banks looks like. If the big moose is out, because, they said things about Banks that pissed him off. Banks said people look at my size and think I can't do that and I can't do this. I got news for him. He's got a chip on his shoulder. When you're that big and you got a chip on your shoulder, that is scary. Hey, it's Chill. Phil, come on in, man, and share with us.
Hey, Ronbo.
How you doing? Oh, man. Phil, I know you got some X Factors. So talk to me.
I think my biggest X factor is, and nobody expects him to play. I understand that, but when he's in, he changes the dynamics of the game, and that's D Ford.
Yeah.
Because when D Ford was in and Nick Bosa was in, no team scored on us.
Couldn't even run.
Our defense was just impossible to score against.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the scoring average was like under 10 points when D Ford played.
First 2 games, Phil.
And it was like
17 points. That's all we like. And some of those were garbage time points. At 17 in his first 2 games in 2019.
So, I mean, D Ford, if he can play, he changes the whole dynamics. Our
Please.
corners look better.
Please do.
Our defense looks better. Our linebackers look better. He just changes everything.
If he can just make it this year, oh God, yes, I wish.
Yeah, I wish too. I mean, it's a long shot. We all know that, but if he can play, it's the biggest X factor.
Oh, no doubt.
Everybody else, I think we know Kinlaw is going to get better. I think we know Greenlaw is going to get better from last year to this year. It's just from experience. I think we know that the offensive line is going to be better with Kyle Mack and Banks in there. I think we know all these things. These are things I expect. I don't expect D Ford to play, but if he does,
game over.
It's a different year. Game over. Exactly.
That's it. That's too much. That's just between the three guys, Kinlaw, Ford. You know what? Nick on the other side is a one-man wrecking crew. So now,
and then you move Armstead in the inside.
Oh,
so it's like,
we just sit and laugh watching the game.
Exactly. So I think he's the biggest X factor.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of guys that can step up and improve their game. We all know that. But I think, but we don't expect. Nobody expects D Ford to play. Everybody says, "Oh, he's a cheerleader on the side or whatever." But he's got so much talent. He wasn't paid $20 million for nothing, right?
He could play if he could
He's
just
a
get on
game
the
changer.
field.
When he's in there, that's the whole thing. And the other guy is Jalen Hurd.
Yeah.
If he can come in the play, we don't even know what difference he can do. We know what D4 can do, but we don't even know what Jalen Hurd could do. He may change everything for the 49ers. So
Phil, it's an added super weapon. You already got three in Debo and GK. Now you add this guy, and no matter who else is playing, running backs and everything else, this is a problem.
Exactly. In the red zone, he could be a factor. So, those are the two guys that I'm hoping that play this year. If they do, game over.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that.
Can just see him now.
So,
Kyle, you asleep? You gonna call the next series? No, they'll be fine. I'm fine. Just relax.
Yeah.
I gave Jimmy a set of instructions. He'll be fine. I mean,
no, those are my two guys. I think if we get lucky, and those guys play, the division is ours. I believe that.
Could run away
because I don't think they're even without those guys. I would not trade one of our players other than Russell Wilson for the Seahawks starting lineup position by position. I've gone over that and I just go, no, I wouldn't take him over our guy.
Yeah.
And I would even have a hard time with DK over Ayuk. We don't know. I think Ayuk's going to be a real top receiver.
And that's true. You got to wait. Give Ayuk a little more time before you start thinking about who's better. Because he
was a rookie last year, and rookies take time at wide receiver. So,
with three different quarterbacks.
I think Ayuk can do more things than DK Metcalf. And then Debo, he's the guy that can do jet sweeps and all that kind of stuff that the Seattle receivers can't do.
He can go off more pass too.
There's not one guy on the offensive line that I would trade for what Seattle has. Not one guy.
I agree. And that goes for Mike Mcglinchey too. Put an exclamation point on that for anybody thinking, I can give up Mcglinchey. No, you can't. Mcglinchey's vowed to kick butt this year.
Mcglinchey's better than both the Rams tackle and the Seattle tackle. So, Haverstein for the Rams is not very good. And nobody's better than Trent Williams on the other side.
That's been proven.
So
documented.
So, I'm just, I think D Ford is the guy that I wish, if I could have a magic wand and make him healthy,
Ding.
That would be the guy.
Oh, God.
Because he would make everybody better. Everybody.
Fastest first step in the league, probably. So, yeah.
Yes.
He would be the X factor. As soon as you see him walk on the field, that is the X factor.
Exactly. Quarterbacks have to get the ball out of their hands much faster Corners can stay up on the line of scrimmage and do press coverage.
And whomever they're guarding as well. You don't have to back up. Stay
there's
right
no
up on
deep
them.
threat.
Huh?
So, and you got Bosa coming from the other side and Kitlaw coming up the middle with Armstead, and it'd be like 2019. I mean, you know.
Bosa from the other side. It's like you're hearing hurricane warnings on the sideline, coming out of the sideline. You see the wind forming as Bosa's coming around that curve. I can't wait to see him back in action. I really missed that last year.
I can't
That's what
either.
added to the depression
I
of
can't
last
either.
year.
I'm looking forward to it.
God, that's gonna be fun.
All right, Ronbo. Well, I'll let you go, but that's my pick.
I like
you
it.
know.
If
if he's healthy, I just think it's a game changer.
I agree.
So
Good stuff.
all right, Ronbo.
All right, I'll see you Wednesday, midweek. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right. Later.
And let us now. Oh, hey, Tony. Naga, Tony. Hey, Tony says biggest X factor is Alex Mack on offense. On defense, Eric Armstead and Nick Bosa starting all 17 games. Those are three extremely essential. You add that to the formula. That's, right. Agreed. Oh, man. Because Mack is going to make the quarterback situation goes up to the next level with Alex Mack. Then you're talking about Eric Armstead now being unleashed. There's no double teaming Eric Armstead now. Offense, what are you going to do? He's going to get you like the boogeyman. And Bosa for all 17 games healthy. Matt, get in, Matt. Thanks, Tony.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Matt, I'm sitting here laughing at some of the stars we got that are going to shine this year. Added maturity for the guys I mentioned. Like Phil pointed out, Javon Kitlaw, he's going to improve from last year, and that's going to be pretty serious. Dre Greenlaw, he's learned a lot in his last 2 years, so I expect him to have an impact on many occasions. And who else I mentioned? I can't use Wilson Jr. this year. But who you got in mind, Matt?
I got a couple guys, one on offense, one on defense. Just like the previous caller said, Jalen Hurd, obviously. I'm excited to see what he can do. I mean, him, Ayuk, and Debo on the field at one time. I mean, I don't care who the quarterback is, whether it's Lance or Jimmy G. That's going to be a problem.
It's going to be easy for him.
Yep. And then on defense, guy I don't know many people have been talking about is Samson Ebukam.
See, I thought about him too. I need to see him a few times, and I agree. He did a good job against. Well, he did a fair job against us when he was with the Rams. So yeah.
I mean, that defense is going to be tough if all these guys coming back healthy, and with those linebackers and that defensive line with Bosa, it's going to be terrorize quarterbacks, man. I'm telling you.
And you remember 2019. The first two games was an indication as to what to expect from that defense right from the start. I mean, the 49ers, it was hot in Tampa. It was miserable. Didn't bother the 49ers. They just traveled across the country, and they came to serve notice to the NFL. Jameis Winston, and that's when he was like, he wasn't throwing that many INTs just yet. He was taking. Nick just missed him to start the game. Just barely missed him. Jameis sidestepped him. Experience, right? Nick didn't know yet about NFL. So he says, Nick's okay, you got me that time, but you won't continue to get me. And man, 17 points was all he got. 2 weeks in a row, 17 points. And that's Cincinnati's 17 points. Came on a garbage play in the fourth quarter when the Quickster finally got loose and they dropped the pass off to him. They skipped, but it actually was 10. That's all they really earned. So the 49ers defense was real. It's back.
Yeah, I tell you, man, those first two games are crazy. I mean, that game against Tampa, I'm pretty sure Winston had like 2 pick sixes and one to Sherman. And then they go to Cincinnati, and they absolutely demolish Cincinnati. I was like, whoa, all right.
Matt, remember the first play of the game? There he is. Dalton's in his own end zone. That was so funny. I don't know why.
Right.
He hikes the ball, and Eric Armstead was back there simultaneously with the ball.
That was great.
Andy, look out! Oh, that was a fun game. You can tell the 49ers were serious.
Oh, man.
So they knew what they were capable of, and I think that's going to be the same thing we're going to see this year. So, yeah.
Man, can't wait. Can't wait.
Well, won't be long. These next few weeks will go by quickly. This is
Yep.
that time of year. Anytime you get into nice weather days seem to go by quickly. Because I think, you know what? Beyond those two guys, though, who is that guy? Because I also thought about K'Wan Williams, but then again, he's also a guy, K'Wan's going to make these things happen all game long. I was looking for the surprise guy, Debo, too. If Debo's healthy, he's going to dominate. You're not going to stop Debo.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but since Gagnon picked him out, I said, yeah, he's right. Debo is that guy. If he's not working, we do have to work a little harder on offense. When he is on, though, it's usually an easy game as far as the offense goes.
Yep.
No matter what else anybody else is doing.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, honestly. And if I'm going to be completely honest, he's our whole – I mean, I shouldn't say he's our whole offense, but he makes our offense run. I mean, he does all the stuff that Kyle wants him to do, and he's great for us.
And Aaron Banks on that right side. Listen, Matt, we've enjoyed our run game down through the years. That's the bread and butter of this team. But if indeed Aaron Banks is actually Banks and Williams, they're the same guys. They're extremely huge human beings that can move quickly. That's a very frightening thought for any defensive unit.
Yeah.
I mean, and getting out into space and leveling people with guys like Mostert running behind you, you don't have but that long to get Mostert anyway. If I have to deal with this monster in front of me and I'm trying to get around, oh, God, who is this guy? That's Aaron Banks. Yeah, everybody thought he's too big and too heavy to move. What do you think?
Yeah, honestly, man. I'm so excited for this offensive line. Like, you don't know how excited I am. Like, Alex Mack, Trent Williams, you've got Brunskill as well, and Mcglinchey, and Banks. I mean, it's going to be pretty, I think, this O-line.
And you mentioned Brunskill. If anybody gets, this is what we've tried to been reached for years. Anybody gets hurt, Brunskill comes in until they can get back. And we don't miss a beat.
Yep. Yep, and he shuts down Aaron Donald.
and Aaron, have you heard of Debo Samuel? Who? Wait, am I right? Was it that? Debo he never heard of?
Yeah, Debo. Yeah, he goes, who's that? I know who he is now.
I wish I could have been in the media conference. Aaron, and listen, have you ever, Matt Brunskill came over from the fallen, what was that league that collapsed? Anyway, it seems you had a little difficulty tonight with the second and third string offensive linemen. What was that about? Hey, man, what's up with you, man? I'm done. Aaron, don't get pissed off. Hey, Aaron, come on, man. I was just kidding. Hey, Matt, we got to go. All right, Matt, I'll be back. All right. Let's see what happens in the next couple of days. I'll be back. All right.
All right. I'll see you, man. Night.
Great night. Yeah, I got to tell you, man. Hey, Charles. Charles. I gotta start getting early, man. People waiting up, passing out. I got a feeling, man. Last night, man, Jay boy, that was hilarious. Charles, where you at, man? We'll come back then. Hey, Rick.
Ronbo.
Rick.
Ronbo, what's up?
Man, Rick, I'm just looking at the weaponry we got here, man. You know what? And as Phil said, I was looking at X factors as guys who would suddenly strike like a cobra out of nowhere, right? But D Ford is also, that's a huge X factor. Actually, most of the guys on our team can be that guy. You got consistent guys. GK's going to come to play. Kittle's going to come to play. Debo's going to come to play. Ayuk. These guys are. That's what they do. You know, they don't take any time off. Trey, Williams, Trent Williams. These guys, but those other guys that they do a lot of work, blue collar guys, but they could suddenly come out of nowhere and hurt you as well. Who do you got in mind, Rick?
I got Trey Thurman.
I want to see more of him too, but I understand he's way ahead of where he should be in camp. Those are the reports coming out about him. So you could be right, especially with
Yeah, I mean, he's got a chance.
Yeah, no Jeffrey in there.
Jeff Wilson's out.
Let's just see how he adapts to the NFL. Running backs usually do hit the ground running. Pun intended.
In Kyle's offense, he's going to eat.
Yes,
he's going to eat.
And he's got offense. He can run either side. He's got offensive line. He's got two of the best on the right side in Mcglinchey and Banks.
Yep.
He's got two of the best on the left side. Williams, Tomlinson. Everybody knows Kyle's offense. Banks has got to get up to speed, but they'll get him up there probably pretty quickly. And you got the perennial guy, man. Kyle Shanahan's dude, Alex Mack in the middle. That's
him. That's one of my picks too, man. The previous callers took it out of my mouth.
Alex Mack? Yes, dude.
Yeah. I can't wait, Ronbo. I can't wait.
We'll do anything we want to do. Run, pass.
We're about to do the damn thing this year. This is our year.
Just stay on the field.
They're going to say, Ronbo and the San Francisco 49ers.
To which that's my cue to sing, ooh la la, oh, ooh la 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 la.
Already.
Week after week. And the defense is just having a good time.
Ronbo, you're going to need some throat lozenges for all them ooh la la's.
Hey,
2019,
every game in 2019, I couldn't talk. I remember Monday Night Raw was always, all right, guys, I became Trent Ballcare on Monday nights. All right, guys, I'm going to just let you talk tonight because I'm pretty much, it's hard to breathe right now, man. These week after week games, I had an x-ray taken my throat. It looked like somebody painted it red and gold. Yeah!
You got to pay the boss. You got to pay the cost to be the boss, Ronbo. You got to pay that cost. I mean, you're going to do it for the faithful. I know it.
It's I will tell you, I will answer the bell, boy, because I love this stuff. Man, it's just with the personnel we got and the time they put in together, this, if they could just stay on the field, could be a cakewalk. And this is one of those cases, Rick, where you can't say, 49ers, man, y'all banging on your chest way too early, man. That's why we play the games. You know what? I have this to say about that. Listen, last year they mustered 6 games out with a ragtag duct tape team. What do you think's going to happen when everybody shows up? You know what I'm saying? I mean, Rick, we got a right to holler.
Full strength. Yeah. Wait till he come back full strength. Oh, my God. We about to do the damn thing, Ronbo. Get ready. It's coming.
Man,
it's coming.
Patrol. DC's out there worried about Nick coming around the corner like he's lost his mind. Now, if you get everything else going on, as I say about Javon Kitlaw, he's going to be a load this year.
Yes.
No matter who's Sosa or D Ford on the other side, that's going to be pure entertainment.
Man, you're preaching me happy, Ronbo. God, I can't wait. I can't wait. Because I gotta listen to these Dallas Cowgirls at work. I live in Texas, in Austin, so I gotta represent that red and gold. I gotta hear it.
Oh man, see, because the thing is,
I'm the one that says the Dallas Cowgirls the number one French fries in La La Land.
You know what? No, Dallas, they're gonna be formidable this year. I have a feeling. Dak's back. They've got a great receiving room. They got a good run game.
Bosa's going to tear the ankle up. Don't worry about that.
You know what I'm saying? And when Zeke goes to run, all of a sudden it's going to be one of them things where, pam-pong. The hell is that?
Oh,
hey, man, I'm Javon Kitlaw. I was always your biggest fan, man. You all right?
Man, I wanted to play them when we were full health, man. We're not gonna get them this year, but
I know.
I can't stand those damn Cowgirls, man. With a
We got
passion.
we got abused like by the Cowboys last year.
Oh,
Oh man,
that's
that's all
okay.
right.
That's okay. When's the last time they've been to the Super Bowl? They, they ain't even been alive, Ronbo. They
Jim
ain't even
Thorpe.
been alive.
Jim Thorpe just retired. Hector was a
Ooh la
pup.
la.
Hey, man,
Ooh la la.
Rick, we go. You know what I'm doing, Rick. I'm gonna see you midweek. And hopefully something develops so we can laugh and joke about. So, hey, Rick, have a great night, fam.
All right, fam. Late.
Hey, my dude, Rick. Let's go back and check out Charles as we sing "Ooh La La." Hey, Charles. Ooh la la la. I was so disappointed last year. I couldn't sing my song. Yeah. Hey, John, the 49ers ultimate report. I reported in today too, John. I said, John, I got my dude, John. John, come on in, man.
Ronbo.
John, you're X Factor, man. You can name 2 or 3 or 4 if you want. There are those who say, entire 49ers team can be considered X Factors. What are you thinking, John?
Yeah, a shout out to you, Rumbo. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for looking out at my stuff. So I appreciate that.
I'll be over there often too.
Yeah. So, when it comes to the X factor, the definition, of an X factor, so, someone who's gonna be very useful for a situation. And one of the things that I've been saying, for months is that, when it comes to Nick Bosa, if he's on the field, he's going to make that defensive line really, really good. And basically Eric Armstead and, Kinlaw are going to be really, really, helpful with that because, of course, he's coming off an ACL injury. He has a lot to prove. But like the rest of the league still, considers him very dangerous. He won't be 100% this year, but he's going to draw a lot of attention, which is basically going to have, Armstead in the middle and Kinlaw in the middle, and the D tackles are going to really benefit from having Nick Bosa, and then of course, Samson Ebukam, who is also going to be a huge benefit, someone who's going to really benefit from having Nick Bosa. So Nick Bosa is going to be a really good X factor because even though he may not have the year that he had his rookie year, he's going to be a serious X factor. And it's so funny how people are not giving him a lot of credit. One of the things that is really true is that when he was there his rookie year, Armstead had a good year. Everyone in the D line had a really good year, and of course Bosa had a really good year. It was very, like those guys really sacked so many quarterbacks, not just once, not twice, 3 times, even 4 times some games, 5 times some games. So, that's an X factor on the defensive side of the ball. It's really going to help that defensive line. On the offensive side of the ball, I think the X factor is going to be a sleeper. It could be the number 3 wide receiver, whoever that's going to be. Right now, Richie James, Jennings, and if Hurd is healthy enough, he comes out of preseason, it's going to be that number 3 receiver because then the teams that play us has to account for that number 3 receiver because then you still have to go one-on-one against George Kittle, one-on-one against Ayuk, one-on-one against Deebo Samuel, and then you put a fourth pass catcher or a third receiver. Oh man, the defenses of the other teams have to be playing us very different, and then it's going to open up the run game a lot. And someone said a little moment ago, the running game is really going to help out because if that number 3 receiver, our running game is going to be very scary. So that's how I look at the X factors on both sides of the ball.
This is why I wish Kendrick Bourne could have waited one more time. You know how essential he could have been this year with his experience in that offense now, as long as he doesn't have those brain farts all of a sudden. Oh, I was supposed to. Oh, my bad. Quit. Ah, KB, man, once a season you got to do this, right? As long as he doesn't have that where he runs the wrong route. Yeah, he would have been awesome. Awesome. But we'll get a third man. I don't know who that's going to be. If Jalen Hurd is it, though, we won't miss KB, I don't think. Oh, God. Kevin White.
Yep. So those are my X factors, for the 49ers, and I do believe that Nick Bosa is going to come back, like he's a different breed than when you look at, other players that have had ACL, the Bosas are like,
yeah,
you can consider them like superheroes, like how they, like they recover. And, that's one thing that, I do think, Bosa is going to be very of an impact. And, when you are going to force your opponent's offensive line to basically match up double team, there's one less person that's going to, block, and also it'll help out the linebackers as well to bring more pressure, because we talked about it. D'Amico Ryans is going to be running more blitzes. So, I think D'Amico Ryans is, hoping that Bosa's on there to make his defense, like they talked about, more ferocious, more blitz, more scarier. That guy, like I know he's coming off an ACL injury, and I think he's going to be on the field more than D Ford, who I still don't know what's his, prognosis. Is he getting better? Is he not? We don't know. So I think that the injured player who can have a better factor is Nick Bosa.
Yeah. And by the way, Nick's already alerted everybody, said, tell everybody I'm going to be better. So don't look for Nick to come back like your average individual after that ACL. The Bosas, this is what they do. They tear things up, and they come back looking better. Joey went through this in his first or second year with the Chargers, came back next season, 2 or 3 weeks in the season. Nobody remembered he even got injured. So, this is what they do. I don't know if it's what they eat and drink or how they work out and train. I don't look for Nick to slow down at all. Kyle Shanahan says he's looking awesome, so we'll see. So, well, yeah. And he learned a lot in 2019.
And then for the people who like Jimmy Garoppolo said it, I want Hurd on the field. They must have some really good chemistry when it comes to some of the plays that Kyle is not allowed to run. And if Jimmy Garoppolo says, I want Hurd on the field, I wonder what type of plays they're going to be running, that Jimmy really likes about him. So that's, like I said, the X factor is going to be that wide receiver, because Jimmy's even saying it. I want Hurd on the field.
Yeah, Jimmy just wants reliable targets. Remember, since he's been there, we've had rookies, second-tier guys. That's why his target is George Kittle. And Kittle's still very reliable, usually open. Debo's become his next favorite target. Every quarterback wants a bread and butter guy. He liked Ayuk, he said in preseason last year, because he says Ayuk will make it look good even on a bad throw. See, all quarterbacks just want good receivers, and he knows Hurd can get that done. So, yeah, it makes sense.
Well, anyway, Ronbo, again, thanks for having me on, as always.
Always a pleasure.
And I want to give a huge shout out to Tommy Huxley. Go after those Rams and Oakland Raiders. Vegas fans, and that Detroit guy who continues to tell everybody that the Lions are going to win Week 1. So, yeah.
John, I got to feel sorry for Detroit being the first team the 49ers see. That's not a good position to be in. The 49ers don't have any injuries in that week, and they're coming all pissed off about last year. That could be nasty. We'll see. Hopefully nobody in Detroit gets hurt. John, I'll see you. Let's get together Wednesday, okay? Oh, God.
All right, Ronbo, and just like always, Niners all day.
There it is, fam. 49ers Ultimate Report. Write it in. Don't put it together. 49ers Ultimate Report space. I made a mistake one time at writing these. I figured it's not on YouTube. You got to separate the name, and and you run right into his channel. John. Hey, John. Hey, look at Rose there. Russo. Oh, wait, Clarence Molina. Oh, we got that. Hey, Russo. Russo. Ooh, la, 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 la. Russo. I thought we just did Clarence. Oh, okay. Oh, no, we did now. Okay. Clarence Molina. Hey, Clarence. X Factors. Offense. Jalen Hurd comes running through the fog. Fast. Defense. Diamador. Lenore. Oh, that could be interesting. Special teams. Talanoa. Funga. But above all, perseverance, health, attitude, heart, and health times 2. Amen, Clarence, and that. Thanks for that contribution. All right. We got another? Oh,
what's up,
Coach,
Ronbo?
Hey, it was all said. Coach Tebow. Hey, this is Ronbo. It's all about staying healthy this season. That will dictate how far we can go. The upside is high. Just limit injuries, and we will arise. Coach is up here rhyming. So true. Hey, Russo, come on in, man.
What's going on, bro?
Oh, man, I'm getting pumped up thinking about this team and their potential, man. The prowess is already obvious. I just can't have a repeat of last year. Russo, you and I both know that is the only thing that's going to stop these guys. But give me some X factors, Russo, and any other point of views you want to bring out because they're always excellent.
Yeah, so I mentioned it here in the chat just a little bit ago, but for me, 100% my X factor is Jason Veretz. And the reason why is he finally put it together last year. He's on another 1-year prove-it deal. They let Richard Sherman go. It kind of feels like the secondary, like if the 49ers have a weakness, it kind of feels like it's the secondary, like the corner specifically. But like it's not really so much it's weak. It's kind of like there's not much depth. So like we're really counting on Jason Veretz this year. Like last year, it was like whatever we get out of him, it's a bonus, right? Now it's like this is our number one. This is who's covering DeAndre Hopkins and DK Metcalf and possibly an AJ Green in certain situations. Like this is the guy that we need. Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, like this is the guy that we're counting on this year. And if he goes down, like it's going to be absolutely devastating to this team because now all of a sudden you're talking about Emmanuel Mosley having to go up against all these guys, which I think he could do it, but I would prefer him to be on the secondary guy more often than not, personally. Yeah. And I think most people would agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
So Jason Verrett, for me,
definitely the other guy.
Yeah. If we want to get back to the Super Bowl, Ronbo, it's Jason Verrett's got to be this perennial Pro Bowler guy for the next, he's got to look like that guy this year at least. And I'm kind of like, a lot of these people are mentioning some good names like Trey Thurman, but he's a rookie. So it's like, is he really an X factor? It's kind of like he's still got to learn, and what you get from him is good. And I do expect him to be a great player. I just kind of feel like it's got to be a key position. It's got to be a veteran guy. Like, I don't know. Like, and the fact that they haven't brought Sherman back in, it really, to me, tells me that they're all in on Jason Verrett.
Yeah. In fact, Russo, to piggyback on that, a couple of years ago, and I shivered when I read it, had Verrett been ready to roll that year, then Sherman was going to get the release. I don't know who thought that or where they got the information from, but it made sense after seeing Verrett last year. I said, okay, because I didn't know what Verrett was doing with the Chargers. Now I can see if he was even better then than he is now. My God. Oh.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you get so many of these wild predictions. It's like Charles Barkley. Eventually, the dude's going to be right. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
No, Russo. Charles is still looking for that championship ring.
Yeah, that guarantee. All of his guarantees are hilarious. I love it. He picks the Blazers every year. Yeah.
I mean, he's such entertainment. And kissing that donkey's butt was like the high point for me with Barkley, man. Barkley, go ahead, Charles. Keep making them predictions.
Yeah. And then the guy that everyone keeps mentioning, Jalen Hurd, I'm all in on Jalen Hurd this year.
God,
I think that I really believe that Jalen Hurd is going to play, and I really believe he's going to produce. And I think you're going to see him on a snap count, obviously, and then as the season progresses, as his knee and his back and like his body is showing it can, it's getting stronger. I think you're going to see his snap count go up. His usage rate will go up. I think initially maybe just some red zone packages or some, 2-3 and out, 3 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 and out, jumbo packages where you're essentially using him as a tight end, where he's maybe a slot guy where you motion him in, stuff like that. But I see Jalen Hurd being a big part of this offense. And I was talking about him with you maybe a couple weeks ago, and I meant to get to the main point of where I was going with this is the whole Julio Jones thing. I think this is another reason why they passed on him. I think they're keeping Jalen Hurd like hush-hush right now. From what, like, the little tidbits I've been getting and what I've seen and what I've heard, it seems like he's going to play. Like, I don't think he's going to be, like, out all preseason on IR to start the year. I don't think that's going to be the case. I just don't. So, and I don't have any real info to back that off. It's just kind of a guess, but it's kind of what my gut is telling me.
Mm.
So,
I like what your gut is telling you.
I see.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we all know how he looked in that Dallas game in the preseason. Like, I don't recall any 49ers rookie skill position player dominating his first preseason game in the way he did. Like, it was very impressive. Run after catch, jump ball in the end zone. Like,
right?
The dude is, like, you can do anything with him.
That's what I remembered. How he bodied up that defender, led him to slaughter, went up, got the ball, and the defender had no chance. I want to see him against a real good defender, even Veretz and some of the other guys in camp. I want to see, is that right? Does he have that kind of skill set? Because that was.
Oh, he does. He does.
And you probably noticed the same I did, Russo. No matter, people say, well, he was playing against guys that probably weren't in the league the next week. No, you know what? That was technique that was used on that guy. That guy just looked more stupid than regular guys or good guys, but he still got technique perfectly.
Yeah. So, I mean, those are really the guys that I'm looking at. Mainly Veretz. Like, for me, it's just like there's no wiggle room there. Like, if Jalen Hurd doesn't pan out, yeah, you got Debo, you got Ayuk, you got Jennings, you got all these other guys, right? Richie James. I can name 6-7 guys that they can kind of plug, not necessarily plug and play, but you have options. Jason Verrett goes down, like we're in big trouble. Like, let's be honest, we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I agree. I try not to think about those kind of things because the thought is devastating. It leads me to anxiety that I don't want to deal with. But you're right. Really.
I know.
We don't have another guy like that, which is why Richard Sherman might be on this team. I got to tell you, Russo, because the 49ers want to have a serious insurance policy, even though Sherm is not Sherm at his prime. He's still brilliant.
Locker room guy. And I feel like, Richard Sherman in 2017, he was the first piece that came to us. He was the first free agent that came to us. He started recruiting guys. He's the reason, like, not maybe the whole reason, but he's a big reason why the Niners have become relevant again. Even though we only really had the one good year, technically, like, I kind of feel like he almost deserves a Super Bowl with us. Like, if it were to happen this year, like, I feel like he should be on that team. So I know a lot of people feel some type of way about Sherman. It took me a while because I really hated the guy. Like, I think a lot of us did from Seattle. I really genuinely
every last
hated
one of us, Russo.
Yeah.
There was none of us.
Like, I looked at him and I was like, I hate you. But I feel like he deserves to be on this team.
And on social media, I got into fights with people. Man, look, you know what? No matter what we do, we'll do it without Richard Sherman. I really hated that guy with such a passion. Yeah. And then after we got him, okay, maybe I can get over that. Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of like I felt like I don't know if I trust you. Like, are you like trying to throw a game for Seattle when it matters? Like, but then he proved he's a Niner. So maybe his skill set is diminished, but he definitely proved he's all in on San Fran. So I respect that.
And Russo, honestly, isn't he an all-around cool guy? I like Sherman.
He really is.
You get to know him otherwise other than being on the other side. He's a really cool dude. I like him a lot.
Honestly, he reminds me of you, to be honest. He's very just like chill and like, honestly, like that, like Richard Sherman puts off that vibe. He's like a Ronbo vibe to him. He might not be as outgoing as you, but he's like a real laid back and then kind of just like easy to talk to. And he just seems like he's very smart, obviously, Stanford guy. So
I can't compete with him there.
I feel like we should have a place for him if needed, but it is what it is. I guess we'll see what they do. But.
Well, Russo, thanks for the compliment. You know what? We're going to go. I tell you what, let's see what develops between now and Wednesday. or otherwise, I'm going to just come up with stuff because I love talking about these 49ers. Well, I tell you, all you guys, you love talking about the 49ers too, so we're going to get together Wednesday. All right?
Hell yeah, bro. All right.
All right.
Keep doing your thing. Appreciate what you
Thanks,
do, and
man.
we'll talk soon.
All right. Thanks, Russo. Have a
All
great night.
All right. You too.
And Shay, come on in, Shay. Tell us about your X Factor.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Shay, doing great, man. I just watching the days go away so we can hurry up and get to the fall and start this. We can't call it revenge tour. Shay, before you get into your X Factor, though, if we were going to label this season, give it a moniker to fly by all season long, we need to start coming up with names.
Yeah.
Because it's fun to call something before it happens,
Right.
But that could be for another day, though. But who's your X Factors?
My X Factors, Ronbo, are just definitely going to be, I just want to see how Ayuk is going to be. He's my X Factor on offense. And then obviously I think everybody says the consensus on defense for me is going to be Nick Bosa. And opening up that pass rush with Nick and seeing him back healthy, hopefully, fully healthy. Obviously want him on a snap count. Don't want to rush him back too fast and everything like that. But I'm excited to see, Ronbo, what Bosa is going to, bring to the table once he comes back. But I say Ayuk because it looks like Ayuk's going to be our number one wide receiver. And, I think with all the prospects, in the draft and in free agency and stuff like that, and I know everybody was holding out hope for Jamison Crowder today, and they just found, I guess they reported that he ended up re-signing a new deal and whatever, and they were able to restructure the contract, and which sucks. It does suck, but even without all that stuff and things like that, Ronbo, I still like the 49ers wide receiver core as it is. And I think that we got a nice little snippet of Ayuk last season. And, he did miss some games. He missed some games, not because of, injury. He did, in the beginning of the season, he was coming off of like a hamstring injury, but it was due to COVID-related protocols. And, you had to wait 2 weeks out. So you missed a couple games out of that. But other than that, man, I mean, this man had flashes. He's shown, that he's a true number one. And I think that the offense won't evolve fully around him, but he's going to be a big part. He's going to play an intricate role, obviously, with Debo. And, I know Russo talked about him, my number one X factor to, lead this team, in catches this season as a true number one. Maybe only trailing, maybe behind Kittle, but as far as a wide receiver aspect, I do expect him to lead in catches more than Debo or Hurd this season as our true number one. And, and I think also, too, I would say like a sneaky, X factor that I think that, I don't think he's going to get the bulk of the carries, but I do think he will get a lot is Trey Thurman, man. And I think that if Trey Thurman implements this role as a bell cow and everything like that, I think the Niners are going to be a problem, man. With his rushing, his type of the way he likes to rush is, he's a power back, man. And if we do that 1-2 combo with him and Mostert, I think teams are just going to be dead. They're going to be dead on arrival, Ronbo, because we're just going to run it down until they get tired, and then we get a change of pace of Mostert back there, and they're like, holy crap. You know what I mean? Now they got, this guy that has jets, rockets attached to him and is just flying by after they just put in a guy who, won't go down. So I think he is my, a sneaky X factor, I would say,
Sherman?
On offense as well behind Ayuk. So, yeah, Trey Thurman.
Now remember, you've got Wayne Gallman. I don't know, Gallman's going to, it seems, there's some writers, I've read a couple that do believe that Sherman will be brought along at a pace, but Gallman and Mostert may end up starting the season. But I'm dying to see what Sherman looks like, too. So,
Yeah, I would. Oh, yeah, definitely, Ron. But I like Gallman, too. I mean, I thought Wayne Gallman was a great back, before they ended up drafting Barkley. I was kind of like, I don't know why they drafted Barkley. To me, Gallman is still a good starting running back in this league, man. And he just hasn't had the opportunity, because, he was overshadowed, with the Barkley being drafted and whatever. Right. Because Saquon is generational. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, that man is a stud when he's out there. Man. But, you know what I mean? He just got overshadowed, never got his chance. So now, hopefully, with the Niners, he does too. But I don't know, man. The way I saw Sherman, like, you turn on those games, you turn on the Clemson game, you turn on, the Northwestern game, and you're just like, dude, this kid just doesn't want to go down. This kid has so much fight and resilience in him, and you're just like, wow. But yeah, Ronbo, those are my X factors, especially Bosa on the defensive end. I know Russo and other guys talked about Veretz, but Bosa is going to make this defense go, right? It really is all on him. How effective the pass rush is this year is basically on Bosa, and how much he can bend that edge, whichever side he lines up in the wide nine, and leaves pressures to allow Armstead to do his magic in the middle and work his way, as well as Kinlaw, and as well as Ibukum on the edge.
Yes,
but he is going to be the unlocking key that allows them all to eat and flourish in this defensive line, because everybody's going to be so heavily focused on Bosa, and that allows Armstead to be like, well, don't forget about me, man. I had a 11-10 sack season not too long ago. And same thing with Kinlaw. He's going to be like, hey, man, I was a first-round pick for a reason, and Ibukum coming off the edge, you know what I mean, with him, pure speed, as well as a speed guy. So I'm excited to see this D-line get to work and see what Kucerik has done with everybody. But I'm also excited to see Maurice Hurst, too. I think he's a great interior D-line, and we're just stacked in the middle with him and DJ Jones. So having rotating fresh bodies is going to be a nice thing to see for these guys. But, Ronbo, definitely.
Shay,
those are my X factors.
You mentioned that, and that interior, the competition there, a good football player or two from the middle is going to leave this year, because you didn't say anything about Givens, and also Street, who last
Givens,
year that
Givens too.
made Drew Brees realize it's time to retire. I can't wait to see that competition, how it develops and what happens. God, that's fun.
Yeah. It is, and there's, like I said, there's a lot of interior talent. I mean, we're more. I would say the biggest talent is obviously both on that defense line, but I would say there is more depth of talent in the interior than there is on the edge right now.
There's no
and that's a fact.
links.
Maurice Hurst is a starting defensive tackle anywhere. DJ Jones is as well. So not only do we have them, but you got Kinlaw in the middle as well, leading the pack. So you got a bunch of these, how what they call them, hog mollies in the middle that are just ferocious, Ronbo.
Judy, I'm talking all gas, no brakes. They ain't got to stay out there all day either.
Exactly.
They can take a break, sit down. We got somebody to give you a breather.
Absolutely. That's why I love the rotational aspect. So it'll be interesting to see. But those are definitely my X factors to see.
Love it.
Coming in,
right.
and then
without
no injuries, we're good. So
Shay, awesome stuff, man. I'm gonna look for you Wednesday. All right.
No problem, Ronbo. Can't wait to be back Wednesday. Shout out to the production. Shout out to my TNT family, brother. And God bless you. You have a good night. All right.
Thanks, Shay. Same to you, fam. Let's go back and check out Charles, as we've been looking for Charles for a while now. Listen. By the way, if you are waiting, leave your phone open. We love it when we get to you and you. I saved these, I'm going to put together a loop. You guys are going to love it. You got to... Charles!
What's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, man, we're sitting there looking at... it's fun, when you're just having conversations that say the talent on defense is like... contain this guy, and this guy. And you go, ooh-wee, on each and every guy, right? And then you talk about our running back room. When was the last time we could say we got about 4 running backs and we don't even know who's going to start? There's only one promise. Mostert's going to start. Beyond that, who is going to help him? We don't. For all we know, what if Elijah Mitchell goes buck wild in preseason? Charles, you've been thinking about who is going to be that dude, that X factor, that guy that every team will suddenly feel like a cobra struck them when they thought they had a chance. Like Dre Greenlaw. That's all. I should rename him the Cobra. Greenlaw. Hollister's standing on the end zone. Russell Wilson's attacking. Wilson makes the reception. Hollister makes the reception. Oh, Dre Greenlaw.
Yeah.
Let's see where they marked that. Greenlaw had the wherewithal to hit Hollister high and take him down. He never crossed the plane. God! See, that's what I'm talking about when I say that brilliant player out there that represents the X factor. He never stops thinking. He's always ready to make that big play. Let me stop, Charles. This is about your X factor, not mine. Stop it, Ronbo. Okay. All right, Charles, I get pumped. I haven't even had any coffee. Oh.
Man, that tackle that we got from the Raiders, man, that Hurst, I think his name is Hurst.
Yeah. Shay was just talking about him.
He's gonna be an X factor. I think Arden Key, I think Hurst, I think they're gonna step up their ante, and they're really gonna challenge for a starting position. I think it's gonna be Hurst, and I think it's gonna be Kinlaw, and I think Givens he's gonna make a positive impact too. Man, I believe quarterback's gonna be scared. They're gonna be scared
better be
this year, man, because that guy Hurst. Oh my God. You know, we got a moped for, you know, $50,000. You know, that's how I feel like, you know, we got $150,000 moped for 50 grand. And that guy is awesome. So I can't wait to see him play. So that's what I'm excited about. I'm concerned about our cornerbacks. You know,
everybody is. We was that way the year before last too. They turned out to be one of the best units in the league, but because of the front line unit. But go ahead. What are you thinking?
Yeah, the cornerbacks, man. I was hoping we would sign somebody that, you know, that's a veteran, move really well, 6'2", 6'3", you know, or draft somebody that's 6'2", 6'3" that can muscle up against DK Metcalf, because he's. I just don't want. I really don't want. I don't want to see this guy. I don't want him hiking the ball, reeling back, and throwing the ball 80 yards to DK. You know, and you know we look up. It's 3 minutes into the game and it's 21-0 because we have nobody to cover DK Metcalf.
You know, you got to pay DK by committee. J Dub's got to be on his horse, and I got a feeling some of the schemes we're going to see, because I'd have like two center fielders. Every time I see on a passing situation, I got Dub and Kwaski. He come back down there, there's going to be something waiting for him. You know, because you can take the whole field and give it to Jason Verrett. He'll take care of that. But
you know, the advantage that we have over Seattle is offensive line versus defensive. Our defensive line is much better than their offensive line, and I don't understand why they don't invest. You know, pair their offensive line year to year. They're always coming to the NFC West and everybody else with this scrub offensive line. Like,
that's why Russell's mad as hell. You know what, though? They did help him out. They got the dude from Texas. He's getting a little up there. I don't know how good he is. And they got a guy that's about to turn 30 that the Raiders gave up on. They picked him up. They got PIC, whatever his name is. They're not as awful as they have been in the past, but they're still not prime time. You know, you're going to go up against a line like the 49ers are going to bring at you. Wilson's still going to get hit.
They still have bookend left tackle and a bookend right tackle.
Yeah.
You know, if you
Guard
don't have
situation all that good either.
If you don't have, well, I mean, we have a bookend left tackle. We just don't have a bookend right tackle. But we do have somebody that can come in and plug in and replace him. You know, so I'm confident of that.
Look out for Mcglinchey this year, though. I got a feeling Mcglinchey might have worked on some things in the offseason.
That guy, that rookie that we picked up, the 6'9"
Aaron Banks.
Rookie. No, the 6'9" rookie that we signed from Mexico.
Oh, Gutierrez.
Yeah,
you know what, though? He's part of a special program. I wonder, is he eligible to play this year? I guess they'll have to sign him over to the active roster.
Okay. So what are they going to do? Just play him in the preseason, let him get some good experience?
Yeah, he's just there because the NFL is initiating a program that's going to involve international players to come and get a little bit of the NFL. And I assume, like the NBA, they want football to become worldwide. It's going to take a long effort. But I like the way they're starting. You bring in players from all around the world, get them on the teams. Then the way you get the fan bases interested. Well, you know, with Mexico's already highly interested in the NFL, though. So, but a lot of other countries too. So Gutierrez, they're going to take a look at him. He's here. He's not here just to be a diplomat. They're going to check him out. If he looks good, he'll sign up.
But if he can play, if he can take Mcglinchey's spot, then let's do it, because I'm all for him. You know, I can't wait to see him in preseason. I hope nobody gets past him.
Yeah.
I hope nobody gets past him. He uproots Mcglinchey, because I'm so sick and tired of Mcglinchey, man. Especially after last year, he was just he was a turnstile.
But you know, if the thing is with Mcglinchey though, in the run game, he is straight money. You know, you get him and Aaron Banks over there on the same side. That's gonna be rough on any defense trying to especially the running backs we got now. We'll see. Mcglinchey's got to straighten up. He's got to improve his pass protection, though. You can't be rated 45 to 50. No, Mike, that's not acceptable. I hear you on that. Who let the dogs out? He's going to bark on cue.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick, you know, I tell you, what else you want to add?
No, that's it, Ronbo. I think we go.
Rick, man, I'm going to be back Wednesday looking for you, too, all right?
All right, Ronbo.
Oh, Charles, I'm sorry. I just talked to Rick. Charles.
Okay.
Sorry, fam.
It's okay, Ronbo.
Yo, have a good night, fam.
Good night.
Appreciate you. All right. And wait a minute. Yeah. Hey. We get I'm getting a roll call here. Bill.
Can you hear me?
Bill, one thing
What's up, Ronbo?
we always hear you, Bill. You know, Bill, man, we're just looking at guys that are gonna hang trophies in their locker of heads that they just went out and did a number on the opposition. 49 lockers, man, are gonna be I can't wait. Listen, you know what? Nick Bosa's been mentioned, but you know what? Obviously, Nick Bosa is a fiend. X factors that you know are going to come out of nowhere. You know, that guy that makes a difference, because Nick and George, those guys, they're going to do work. Everybody knows. But do you have anybody outside of the famous names on the team, the extremely famous names, other than Debo, which I do agree with Ayuk? Now Debo may not be the main wide receiver. What are you thinking?
Well, did we get rid of Skull? Is Skull gone for good, or what's up with that?
School? Did you say? You talking about the?
Yeah.
No, School's back. He was put up on waivers a few days ago, and nobody claimed him, so he's back in San Francisco. So he'll be rehabbing with us. So
All right.
He's back.
Now, I want to address the monkey in the room before it's even thought of. Do not do it. Do not sign him. He's a cancer to the locker room. Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell. Absolutely not.
Le'Veon.
He's a free agent, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, you saw what the Honey Badger said to him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Guys all pissed off. Yeah, guys all pissed off, and here comes somebody to tweet at you. Oh, you know, these guys, they're failures. They got to find somebody to blame. I said, oh. So you can't, Twitter is not a place you want to, that's, people will find you and get you. Yeah. Le'Veon's not coming. That's guaranteed.
I'm happy who we got on the team. I think we're going to really do good this year. I actually see a Super Bowl on the horizon. Should be excited and happy about it. You know, I'm not even one bit worried. You know, I feel confident they're going to do something this year.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to sweep the Superkins.
It's time to. It really is. We almost did it in 2019, if not for the missed field goal. Last year, of course, was like last year was, but this year, you know what? Let's stop clowning around with the Seahawks. They're not on the same level as the 49ers anymore. They're certainly not a better team. It's time to just really beat them up. I want to treat them like the Rams treat them. The Rams have never had any respect for the Hawks, and they've always beat them up. The Hawks don't do anything with the Rams. I want us to be that team.
I don't want to be like the Rams. I want to be better. I want us to be better than the Rams because the Rams don't win Super Bowls, man. Come on now. Let's not put us next to the Rams. The Rams are
Bill,
a dysfunctional organization.
That's not how I meant it. What I meant is we struggle with the Hawks for reasons I can't even figure out. But every time they play the Rams just handle them like, Hawks, so what? We ain't... No, we're not going anywhere. They lose. So I said, you don't want us to be able to do that.
It happens. We're looking at the situation. Pete Carroll came in. We weren't ready for what Russell Wilson was doing at the time. We're going to evolve. We're going to get better. They know it. We know it. Let them count their numbers of whatever they get on us. It's going to come to an end. And see, the thing is, they may have beat us, but how many Super Bowls have they won? One?
Who? Rams?
One and all
Hawks? Oh, Hawks?
No,
Yeah,
the Hawks. One Super Bowl. They've been to 3 and have won 1. What do they got to show for it at the end of the day?
Anger?
1 Super Bowl. So you know what? I don't want to hear about, we beat the Niners, okay? How many rings you got? Okay, we're going to have 6. We're going to have 7. We're going to have 8. At the end of the day, you're going to have what? 1? 1 Super Bowl? Come on. And if you go to the Super Bowl before we even get 6, 7, or 8, guess what? You're still going to have 1 at the end of the day. So don't even try. You might as well just go ahead, trade every player on the team, and just give up because you're not going to ever win another one. I think I'll be 85 when they win another Super Bowl.
Hey, that's what you tell them. Bill, I love to tell Hawks fans when they start talking about, first I like to put that empty case over there, and I put a photo of the 49ers 5 and put their little 1 in there in an empty case. I say, listen, I got news for you, buddy. In your lifetime, you'll never see the Hawks catch up to the 49ers. And that means if you're 1 year old, they can't stand it. I've had to block a couple of them. They get so pissed off. Don't at me, Hawks. Don't. Y'all ain't got you got no history. You got no legacy. Russell Wilson's got about 2 more productive years to go, and you start over again. How long do you think it's going to take to get back to where you were?
They're not ever going to be a dynasty. They're never going to be a dynasty, so let's get it over with. Okay, so they're eventually going to fade away.
Yeah.
They're just like one of the crazy...
Don't forget Super Bowl 49.
Wait, what happened to Super Bowl 49? Wasn't that the Hawks getting beat by the Patriots?
Yeah. When they tried to play hero. It
So
should have had at least 2.
Russell Wilson, he's looking for a receiver. Oh, it's picked off. Butler came out of nowhere. Yeah, I said, you got Marshawn Lynch 2 yards out. What are you doing, Pete? You trying to fool somebody? That's Belichick. You're not going to fool Belichick. What are you, stupid? Say yes.
They're done. I'm not even worried about the Hawks. I'm not even going to think about them. At the end of the day, they're what? Nothing. So you know what? Don't let them, get you all stressed out.
Yeah.
Like I said, they just like your crazy ass girlfriend. Come and go. Leave it alone. Is this
Bill,
yesterday's news?
What? It's interesting you made that analogy, Bill. Bill, we got to go, though. I'm going to see you. Let's look for Wednesday, okay?
Give me a 49er shout out.
You know it. Niners! I love doing that. Bill, I'll see you as soon as possible. All right, fam.
Hey, when are you going to get back on? When are you going to be on again?
Wednesday.
See you Wednesday.
All right.
All right, bye.
Night. Emilio!
What's happening?
Emilio, man,
You know what's funny? You guys bringing up the Seahawks. I was in the city yesterday.
In
and
Seattle?
the dude had a Seahawks hat.
Oh.
No, I was in
San Francisco.
San Francisco. I was in the city. Yeah, I'm in the city, right? I'm inside the mall. I got my 49er hat on. And there's a Seahawks fan walking by. Gives me a dirty look. I'm like, you want me to say something to you, or what's going on? I'm like, and then he looked away after I looked at him. I said, okay. I said, you want me to say something to you?
Even I would have let that go though. As he walked away, 5-1. 5-1, bro.
I would have, but I didn't want to start shit. I was with my daughter.
Oh, you can't do that with the family. Got to remain cool. Yeah, you need to be rolling with me and some of the boys. Boy, no Hawk fan. They won't give
I
you
do it
face.
by myself, but I was just I just didn't want to do that. I was like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah.
But
Raider fans, them too. Boy, them dudes, they can't, a lot of Raider fans are cool, though. They walk up to you because, they got one thing we do have in common. It's all Bay. But, boy, family.
Yeah, no,
having Raider fans
a lot of
in
my
the family is a problem.
A lot of my cousins are Raiders fans.
God, it's
We're
rough.
kind of divided. Half are Raiders, half are Niners. So we're divided in that. So,
But anyway, hey, Emilio, man, hey, looking at who you think's gonna be the dude this year? What we gonna call him the X Factor dude? Who you got in mind?
Well, I'm thinking the whole receiving core, all the receivers and Jimmy. I think that's what's gonna really get us over the hump. These guys get it done. To me, that's X factors. So I think if the receivers can get it done and Jimmy, that's our thing today. We got to throw the ball a little bit more this year. And instead of running, I'm like, running it is great. I love it when we're running, but
yeah,
I
balance.
think we have to throw. We have to throw the ball more. We have to.
I want to see that. See, because once you get a balance, you got the defenses totally. There's nothing they can do now. They don't know which way you're coming from. So the 49ers could get that play action going like Kyle Shanahan likes to do. Base everything out of play action. Let them pre-snap movements and make defenses crazy. Play action. They don't know if we're running or passing. Boom! You got a pass comes in now.
Yeah, that's why I say once the receivers start catching everything and we got the whole offense going, then we can play action will work and then everything else will play. So my thing is what when the receivers get going. That's going to be a key in the offense.
That's the way it
they
works.
Get going, and then everything else will open up.
Now the run game goes crazy, too. Yeah, that way, keep that defense on the heels. Love that. It'll be that way. I can see it now. These guys got too much time in the system now. All of them. All the guys. We got a few guys that still got some things to learn, but most of them, everybody knows what they're doing now.
No, everybody's already been on the team more than 2-3 years now, so
You got to get Aaron Banks up to speed, but that offensive line, Emilio, man, all of them can sit down and take a quiz on Kyle Shanahan's offense and get higher grades from left to right. Even Mike Mcglinchey, even though Charles wants to get rid of Mike. But Mcglinchey knows what he's doing, except for when certain kind of guys come off the edge and knock him out his butt.
That was the problem. I mean, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's been on the team. It's just his thing. He was getting beat.
Yeah.
I just felt like with Joe Staley out, he just fell off. He lost a step just without Joe Staley.
He's
trying to get used to Trent. So I think since Trent is there and he's worked with Trent for a whole year, I think he'll do a lot better this year.
Yeah, he's looking for redemption.
Like I said, like I said, he was in tandem with Joe. And then once Joe left, he just kind of fell apart. So he wasn't really used to Trent. So now that he's there, I think he'll do a lot better.
But you know what's up, Millie? You can't have those kind of bromances where if your dude leaves, you can't let all the wind out of your sail. Come on, man. You be a professional. All right?
No,
you need to call Joe on the phone if you need him that bad. Play. Come on, man.
Well, you see, he did get a little sensitive, over there crying on Twitter,
I know. Especially when he told me he was losing weight. That made me laugh so hard. Mcglinchey's sitting there looking all pissed off before the media even asked him any questions. Mike, people are thinking that your loss of weight may be affecting your play. Hey, listen, you know what? That is not a problem. Mike, that doesn't answer the question. I had to laugh. I was pissed off and I had to laugh.
I found it funny myself. I still remember that whole interview when he started complaining. Why are people making fun of me? I'm like, come on, dude. Seriously, dude. How old are you?
He put the weight back on, so he must agree to some degree.
I think it worked. I said, we got to realize, I'm like, if you got to give and take it. You know, you get made fun of, you make fun of people, you laugh it off.
Yeah.
Keep it pushing. Don't get in your feelings, because then they make more fun of you. Like, oh, now they want to call you a wimp and everything else. So.
He did look like a wimp on several occasions. I mean, you're over nearly 300 pounds, 6 whatever he is, and a cornerback or a safety comes back and lays you out. That, I mean, even if I'm your,
well, you're gonna be the laughing stock at that point.
Even
like,
his
how are
mom,
you that big and you can run over by the smallest guy on the field?
Even if his mom is watching, she's embarrassed. You know, it's just no. So,
Yeah.
So he'll be all right this year. Say, you gonna make Mike Mcglinchey your X factor this year? You got any faith in him?
Oh, Mike Mcglinchey?
Yeah.
Nah. Well, like I said, he should do a lot better, but no. I don't want to put all my.
I mean, you know how I always go for the underdog player. After game one,
I get, yeah.
I'm gonna see if Mike Mcglinchey, if I'm gonna put him on the all Ronbo team, because usually a lot of the guys I put on the all Ronbo team, everybody hated. You know, J-Dub, Eric Armstead. These guys have had some great seasons.
Yeah, man, sometimes they don't go that far. So I don't know. I think you kind of lose out there. Sometimes you don't get too far.
Wait, now, I did lose out on Spoon. I put Spoon in there on the strength of that last season where he came out that last year looking good, and I thought he was ready to go. And he was for a few minutes in 2019, and he turned back to Spoonism. And I messed up on Dante Pettis.
I think every time you put a player on that pedestal, I think that's when they're gonna start sucking again. I said, I think you need to stop that. You're just giving players bad luck doing that.
Pettis embarrassed me. Yeah, I thought Pettis.
Yeah, exactly.
Was gonna be
I think you need. I think that's the time, Ron. But I think you need to stop that.
Yeah, it might be time. Notice I haven't said anything this year. I still stick with Jimmy, but everybody else, I'm leaving alone. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hey, I'll be looking for you Wednesday, fam. You'll work, right?
Yeah, right now, yeah. I just been a little busy. If I haven't been on there, so spending time with the family. But I got more time. I come back.
Looking for you.
But all
right, fam.
All right.
All right.
You have a good night.
Here's my though. Hey, Mike.
What's up, Ronbo?
Mike, X Factors on this red and gold machine. Who's going to be that dude that everybody thought was just a blue-collar worker that comes in to make some dynamic plays on a constant basis? And finally, that just say, with him, we can always figure we're going to win. He is the ace in the hole. Who you got? Who fits that description for you?
I'm thinking Greenlaw and Ubukum, or however you say it, Ubukum.
Ibukum. Call him Sosa. It's easier because I'm not sure if we're pronouncing his name right.
Dude, Dean Ford is not going to play. He's just not, okay? I just know it.
I know, man.
I just know it. They're like, they don't want him to do OTAs because they're worried about his back flaring up. I'm like, what's going to happen when he plays the game?
I mean, you can't play football with a bad back. That's why I'm so worried about Jalen Hurd.
Oh, my God.
But it seems like he might be okay.
No, he'll come later in the season, I think.
Yeah.
They're being cautious with him because they're like, they don't want to get him hurt again,
Jalen's only, what is Jalen, 25?
He's kind of big for small knees.
Yeah, 25
he's kind of lanky.
Yeah, he's got that kind of body build.
Yeah.
He's not, what is he, 25, maybe 27? I don't know how old Jalen Hurd, but he should be able to rebound from this. D Ford, though, is not a child anymore, and that's really scary.
Yeah, he's an N factor for no factor.
but Mike, if he is able to play, he's an immediate advantage.
And I think dude, if he can stay healthy. He's a turnover machine. Dude, he is a turnover machine. That. When that one where he ripped it out, I think it was versus the Rams, he ripped it out the goal line.
Yeah. DK Metcalf running down the
went
field.
Out of bounds.
Yeah, and Kowalski relieved him of the ball right at the goal line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kowalski, I'll never forget that catch against Cam Newton in the end zone. I mean, he went up, did an OBJ, and came down with the ball. Kowalski can play.
And
I'll
say one more.
Who?
One more. Dark horse. Mrs. Lance's baby boy.
Trey.
Trey to the bay.
If he shows that he's ready to play, I got to see him play. Everybody's sold on him being like the answer, but he needs to come in and get used to the NFL. Kyle's booking some other things. We'll see, though, because he could have to be sprung into action early. Who knows? But, yeah, he could be.
But yeah, I think Sharks in the Bay are going to be hungry. All of them. DJ Jones, the whole group, they're going to be ready to go.
Yeah, Jones. But you know what? The funny thing is, we got this guy Hurst. You know, Jones, the guy is solid money when he's on the field.
Did he end up getting hurt?
Yeah, every year.
Last year he did.
He got hurt last year, too. So he's that guy that's dynamic when he's on the field. Remember when he sacked Russell Wilson? I have never seen a nose tackle that quick that he could grab Russell Wilson. Grabbed Russell Wilson, and Wilson looked like he was shocked. He couldn't get a step right or left. And you know how Wilson is. He avoids contact. He gets away from that first guy almost every time, except for Aaron Donald.
How he was. You hear that, Josephtown boy? We're coming. You ain't got Marshawn no more. We're not afraid of your running game.
Hey, I still don't like Chris Carson. What's his name, Carson?
Wasn't it funny when they tried to bring Marshawn back there for a minute?
That was obscene.
That was hilarious. It was comical.
God, it was sad at the same time. Lynch was just like a figurehead. He had nothing to do with that game. He came in for, 2 or 3 plays?
Last-ditch desperate effort.
That was a joke. I mean, why? You guys brought back Marshawn Lynch because you ran out of running backs? You thought you could intimidate us and scare us? That's not the same Marshawn Lynch. You're talking Five Guys Burgers times 50,000 since he's played. So what do we? Whoa! Okay, let's play. So but they do have Russell Wilson for at least 2 more primetime seasons. Because the dude, man, his brilliance, Mike, man, Russell Wilson can beat you mentally as much as he does physically. During the game, right, it's always fourth quarter, 49ers for some reason always have to keep it tight with the Hawks.
He throws one of the most catchable deep ball throws. I give him that. He really
I rank him number 1.
Drop him in the bucket.
I don't care who else we're talking about. Tom Brady, none of those guys. Aaron Rodgers, none of those guys can throw that long, arcing shot right into the receiver's hands like Wilson. Hey, Hawks fans, don't get no ideas. I don't like y'all, and I don't appreciate anything on the rest of the team. Well, I do like DK. But other than that, that's it.
Well, he's going to be thrown a lot this season because they're going to be playing from behind with the cornerbacks they got.
See, that's Mike, you bring up the point that I've always been making. People say, Russell Wilson threw for more yardage. Well, look what Russell Wilson had to do. He was always having to pull his team rabbit out of a hat every week. That's when you started ending up throwing a lot of throws. You know what killed him last year, Mike? 5 games in a row, Russell Wilson was the worst quarterback in the league. He had more INTs. I mean, the dude was just miserable for weeks because he was forced to throw on every down. That is not going to work.
They even forced him to throw at the goal line, So.
It's
all right, Rob. I'll let you go. Let the other callers get in.
All right, Mike. That's fun stuff.
All right. I got dizzy on that one.
Good. Just sit down and put your hands on your temples, hold tight. You'll be okay. All right, Mike.
All right, man. Take care.
They've been Papa Dragon, boy. They could. Hey, Alice. Alice. Ow.
Ronbo.
Alice.
Ronbo,
Man,
what's
man.
up, man?
Hey, man, we're looking at the X factors, man. Spotlighting them dudes that just saviors. When everybody else is doing their job like they're supposed to, there's always that other guy that comes out of nowhere. That guy that's been like 49ers kept him in the back pocket and pulled him out all of a sudden to win. Who you got in mind for that?
Man, I guess I should probably can't just have one, huh? Maybe we need a couple in there. I would say, I hadn't really heard too many. Well, I hadn't heard anybody say George Kittle yet, which he's probably already said. And I would say Kyle. You said,
yeah,
two.
Yeah, because George Kittle's a guy that's going to do work every week no matter what. But Juice.
Yeah. You mean like some sleepers, like some guys that'll be like a. I'll say Trey Thurman. I mean, I heard he was taking first string snaps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This kid might be coming in and he might, he's definitely a bell cow back, but I mean, he's probably going to be getting used in a lot of other ways too, and not just a bell cow, since he's able to catch the ball out of the backfield and, he's really strong and runs strong.
Does Kyle suit up 3 running backs every week? Because the thing I'm worried about with running backs, I got a feeling Gallman and Mostert are going to be suited up. There's going to be a third guy, and the rest are going to be not dressed out or on the practice squad, right? Because Kyle's got to stash running backs. Don't throw nobody away, right? Because we're going to run out of them. We always do. I hate to say it, but it's just the way it is. Mostert goes down. You can't get rid of Elijah Mitchell. So, Gallman has got the experience on Sherman, but like what you're saying, not necessarily going to beat Sherman out, though. Running back situation's a whole different thing. If you're a good running back, you can actually take a person's job.
I actually forgot about what you had Gallman too. So that is. But who's to say though that Gallman's going to be, as effective as Trey Sermon's going to be? I mean, we had Gallman before we drafted Trey Thurman. Is that accurate? Yeah. So I don't think Kyle was expecting to really get Trey. Maybe that's why he was so anxious to go and get him. I know he moved up, but Juwan Jennings. I would say then if we're gonna, Juwan Jennings will be an X factor for me. Sosa will be a good one.
Yeah.
Jimmy Ward.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep ranking. I'm gonna keep ranking for Jimmy, man, because at the end of the day, we see a lot of us forget about him, but Jimmy comes through, man. He's everybody's made a mistake here and there, including Jimmy, but I feel like he's gonna take a real big leadership role this year, and his energy, his presence and stuff is gonna have just as much an effect of the defense. I think a little bit more than it has been in the past. Just like the presence of Nick Bosa being there, how it makes the defense a lot more cohesive. Guys get a lot more confidence and feel,
different team, when he's out there.
You know what I mean?
Different team. Yeah.
So yeah,
So everybody's gonna be on the Jennings wagon. I got a feeling after preseason games.
Yeah, I knew that was all he needed to do, man. Was just get a little bit better conditioning. Get some more muscle, get some definition, cut down. It's just, that's all it was. Just tighten up, do a little more. I see he was doing some water aerobics and stuff like that, but just, doing what he needed to do to get his speed up and, to get off that ball at least, you know what I mean? The first few steps, because Kendrick wasn't crazy fast, but that boy had hands and, he was everything that a lot of these guys ain't that are fast.
And you know what Kendrick does too? Kendrick can get in and out of a route. He's one of the quickest in the league at that. Straight line speed and that type of thing, no. But Kendrick can get in and out of a route and lose a defender very well. That's what's his strength. That's what Kyle likes about him. Because you know how Kyle is about route running.
And blocking as well.
Oh, yeah, Kendrick likes to block.
So hopefully these guys are working on their blocking and are assuring, I know we want guys to catch the ball, but a lot of those plays when we were running and things like that, some of our receivers had to block, and I know Kendrick was working a lot on his size and his strength and just ability overall to, be the best he could on those plays. So we need that third receiver also to be making sure that he's able to be, a good blocker. You know what I mean? So hopefully Javon's paying attention to that, and these other guys are too.
Mm-hmm. He was schooling Ayuk, remember, last year, too. Kendrick became an adult just being with the 49ers, He really did, because all that clowning in the end zone and stuff, I used to love when he did that. But, he grew up a lot being with the 49ers. He earned that payday in Patriots. I wish him well.
Yeah, no, I do, too. I wish it would have been us that paid him. I think it hurt him to have to see that, he's been hanging on, and there's probably obviously the Patriots been trying to get him for years, but or at least the last 2 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm just saying, there's probably other offers and stuff out there, and Kendrick was trying to remain loyal with the team that put faith in him and stuff like that. And when you have attachments and stuff like that, man, it's important for the organizations, to come and to come through, but it just didn't work out.
So
but yeah, best of luck to KB, man. He's gonna ball out.
Yeah.
Him and Nelson Aguilar, them guys are going to do real good this year. So he definitely got what he deserved.
Yeah. So we're going to put you down. Your X factors include, you just mentioned the name was Jimmy.
Juwan Jennings.
Oh, Juwan and Jimmy. Yeah.
And I believe that. Oh, no, there was somebody on the defensive line I thought I said too. I don't know, Ronbo. We just want to win, baby. Just win, damn it. Let's go.
Exactly.
Just come to work. Just keep your health up.
I just like them surprise dudes that come out of nowhere, and they do it consistently. Because when you look at Drake
Greenlaw.
Greenlaw,
Oh, and Sosa. That was the guy.
Sosa, that's right. He could be, because he's going to change his style from what he was doing with the Rams into what he's getting ready to do with the 49ers. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we need that Kerry Hyder feel, and I think I think that was a perfect guy to get. He's in a little bit better shape than Kerry, than Kerry was, but he's not as seasoned. No, I love Kerry. It doesn't even matter. His shape doesn't matter. I'm just saying he's in really good shape, and I'm glad we can benefit from that. But don't forget, y'all, we got Alden Smith, and we got that guy from whoever they got from the Buccaneers, Carlos, what's his name, Dunlap, and and we got Hyder, next year that we got to be, dealing with on the side of those Seagulls.
I see what you're saying now.
So,
okay.
Alden Smith, he's coming to play. Yeah, but peace and love, brother Ronbo.
Right.
And NFC West, man, we the best for sure.
It rhymes.
Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, man. And where we going? 27K is the next number, and we going up, man. Peace and love to the chat, all the Niner fans. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe.
Thanks, fam. See you Wednesday, Ellis. All right.
Peace, bro.
And it is Tommy.
Yo.
Tommy.
Happy
man.
Whatever day it is.
Yeah,
is it Monday? I keep.
Tommy, you follow what's his name on Twitter? The guy that's always coming up with these outrageous lies. What is his name? Anyway, I follow him now because he's got. He says he calls himself.
What's his name? I use.
He calls himself the.
What's his name?
He hates wheat. The what does he call himself? Weed hater or something like that. What's his name? CON. Anyway, Tommy, you're Tommy Huxley on Twitter too, right?
I think it's Tommy H Band, but my freaking Twitter game is so weak right now.
Oh yeah, you don't know about this guy. Then somebody put it, but anyway, he's always putting up these outrageous things as if he's just out of it. You've been watching. What's his name?
Yeah.
MC. Anyway,
I just use it for sports, not for. Yeah, I just use it for sports, nothing else.
Which is always safe. Social media, people talking politics and stuff on social media. That is nothing but a fight. I mean, you got to stay away from the issues. This is why sports is bad enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I get in a number of fights on
Exactly.
Twitter almost daily. I've actually slowed down the last few weeks.
Oh, my
People
God.
should take notice. I've actually stopped fighting with people on Twitter. A few months ago, I was fighting every day, long, ongoing battles for days. I've seen the error of my ways, and I've stopped doing that.
Man, it's easy to get sucked in. I mean, I get sucked in there to the trolls and the haters and the idiots.
I know. And why bother? Nobody's going to change anybody's mind. It's not like the haters going to say, well, you're right. And that's never going to happen. But this is fun.
Yeah.
And here, Tommy, you do great work. And I love the way you antagonize us. So you are like the guy that's going to have to get – we're going to give Tommy an award at the end of the year for making it unpleasant and uncomfortable for the trolls that have the audacity to come in here thinking they're just going to dominate. And some of them believe, Tommy, it's funny. As I close, I always see some guy, we own this chat tonight. Where is that clown? Anyway, let us talk about the X Factors. What you got?
Oh, I just got, dude, if we stay healthy, we're dominating everyone. That's the X Factor is health.
Health. Yeah. You know what? That's absolutely right. If the 49ers stay healthy, they win. That's all it is. They've built this team. Yeah. The brick-by-brick thing is over. It is a brick house that will not be stopped.
Yep.
But we need everybody to be home.
Oh, man, it just reminded me when I went to see, I can't even remember his name. It's one of her favorite artists. He was in the Commodores. I just can't remember his name. He's the host of
Lionel Richie? Wait,
yeah, I took her to see Lionel Richie and Mariah Carey opened. Yeah, that was awesome. That was expensive, but it was worth it.
I bet you they do charge a lot by now because now they're like a classic act, right? That must have been pretty good. That must have been
he killed
awesome
it. He was
show.
awesome.
Yeah.
It was so awesome. Yeah.
But,
Yeah. But anyway.
No, Tommy, that's a good point.
What was it? But are we talking players or just any X Factor?
Yeah, just X Factors, and you. I like your X Factor. We're giving love to some guys that, down to the last couple of years, have proven to be the guys that come and help. Because George Kittle, Nick Bosa, we got guys on the team that's what they do. They run the show, right?
Yeah.
But there's those guys that come out of nowhere sometimes to make great plays. And are the deciding difference a lot. I thought about Jeffrey Wilson Jr., but he's not going to be with us this year. You look at Dre Greenlaw, DJ Jones to a heavy degree on occasion. You see him do it.
Yep.
Eric Armstead the year before last. He wasn't the main guy in the line, but he ended up being so. Those are the guys I'm spotlighting. But, who do you like?
Yeah, I just think every time Kittle's gone, we're just flat on the offensive side.
Yeah.
The running game is terrible. I mean, not terrible, but it's just not where it. Because when Kittle went out in that 2019 game,
it was scary, wasn't it?
And our run game, they were stopping our run really bad. But then Jimmy G had like the game of his life.
Yeah.
What was that? The first Arizona game, I think. Or the second one, I can't remember.
They put that ball up all day long. Yeah. Though.
Yeah.
Kittle missed 3-4 weeks in that season, 3 weeks or so. And Kittle was out when we had to go through the gauntlet. And we still came through. I think he missed one game. He didn't play when we played against the Ravens, right? Yeah, he was missing for that game.
No.
And then we had to come back and deal with Green Bay and the Saints, right? That was like the scariest.
Yeah.
And we came 2 out of 3, only losing to Baltimore, and we should have won that game.
Yeah.
That's right. We didn't do that team.
I think Kittle won. I think Kittle was.
Kittle showed up for the Saints. You're right. He won the game.
Okay, then he wasn't. Yeah, I forgot about the Baltimore that he was gone.
Maybe not. I could be wrong. I'm trying to remember when Kittle went out. He went out at a crucial time. I'm just not sure which games. I don't remember him against Aaron Rodgers and his fun bunch. So, yeah.
No, he was on that game for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and George is going to do that because of the way he plays.
Yeah. But if he didn't play like that, he wouldn't be Kittle.
Yeah, I know. See,
So
you
it's
can't
like,
have both.
Can you? Yeah, they're like, can you please play a little rougher? I mean, just to go down. It's like he can't go down.
Dude's a Marine. You know what I mean?
He can go down, but he won't.
No. I mean, who plays with a
That's
flat
like telling
jacket
Mike
on?
Tyson to go down. Hey, go down in the 4th round, Mike Tyson.
And Mike answered that high voice. Man, I don't fight like that, man. You know what? I'm gonna kill this dude. Mike.
You know, you come out, you're a really nice guy, but then you come out like, but you're really a piece of shit.
Nice. There's so many colorful figures in boxing. I mean, when you go back down through the years, man, it's just comedy. But these guys are killers.
Yeah.
You know? And even in football.
I guess you could say another X factor is Tebow. I mean, but if we overuse him, he gets hurt.
This is the thing about getting tough guys. You know, tough guys, the way they play, they put their body on the line on every play. I do worry about him and George.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping it won't be inopportune times. I don't want them both out at the same time. And for God's sakes, could they not be out more than 2 games, please, if they got to go down? Because we could put a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so.
And I think that's why they're trying to get more tight ends to take the pressure off Kittle.
Yeah, we picked up one. He's a little long in the tooth, but he'll do if George goes down. You just want that. You just want that polish. You want that guy that's been around for a while to play your tight end spot. So we'll see. I forget his name, but he should be okay. Hey, Tom, we're gonna go, man, and see you on Wednesday. All right, all the best. Everybody's best to Anna Maria. All right.
Definitely, and just tell Jimmy G not to throw so far where high in the air where Kittle has to jump and then people grab his legs or hit him in his knee or whatever.
That little out route that they like to do. I think the object of that is to put it up where nobody else can get it. But you know what? If he has a leap, it makes him vulnerable to getting hit. So,
yeah,
right.
definitely.
As long as we don't play. Hey, what's that guy's name?
All right.
The Cardinals. What's that little tiny Buddha Baker? Big guy is scary.
Buddha Baker, yeah. Yeah, he is.
All right. Tommy,
All right.
Woods, get
Shout
back in
out
that
to
chat.
everybody, even the trolls.
Yeah, here he comes back. Tommy, Officer Tommy Huxley. Fine, Tommy.
All right. See you Wednesday.
All right. Hey, Eric.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Eric, man, we're scanning through this lineup, man. We're looking for the X factors, the guys that, we got some guys we depend on every week, but who are those guys that could come out of nowhere and sting? That sniper you got sitting up on the top building across the street from Levi's that's going to take out the opposition. Who do you got in mind for that?
Well, for me, it's gonna be whoever plays the wide receiver number 3. I feel like Kittle's obviously most likely going to get double covered most games, right? Then obviously the attention goes to Debo and Ayuk, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel like the X factor is going to have to be that third guy. He's going to have to, catch those crucial third downs that, everyone's looking at, the key players. He has to be that, that sleeper on the field. So I feel like it's whoever's going to play wide receiver number 3, which is either Jalen Hurd, Juwan Jennings, or Richie James. Those are my 3 on offense. Brilliant. And then for defense, on defense, I think it's either Kitlaw or Mosley. I think Mosley's gonna have to step up because obviously, like I said the other day, he's gonna have to step up because he's gonna get most of the targets with Veretz and Kwan on the other. K1 on the other side.
True. I forgot about Mosley too. I didn't think about him. Mosley is going to get a lot of work. Why would I throw it Veretz's side and I don't have to? You can throw it on occasion, but for the most part, I'm going after the weak link. He's not a weak link per definition of a weak link, but between him and Veretz, you're right. He does a good job. He'll be in great shape. The third guy for the wide receiver, Eric, who you got picked out, and who are the candidates in your mind right now that are going to win that third receiver spot? I just have no idea. I want Jalen Hurd, and if he's healthy, I would imagine he'd win that. But otherwise.
I think for me, I think it's going to be the guy who has had the most experience there. So I think it's going to be Richie at the start, and I think slowly it's either going to be Hurd or Jennings. I think they're slowly going to get into that position because obviously to start the season, it's going to have to be everyone that's ready, ready to go, has experience. So I feel like Richie James has the most experience at that third spot.
You're right.
To start off the season.
You're absolutely right. Look what he did with us last year in Green Bay, and he was the only guy out there. Give Richie a chance, and he'll come through. And you look at the fact that if it's, Richie, Travis Benjamin, Eric, does he make this team?
I mean, I think he would, but most likely as like a punt returner, maybe a kick returner, something like that. I think he'd be on special teams. So I think that's his role.
So Richie James is in play for that third wide receiver now. And that makes sense too. Oh yeah, and also Rick E mentions Juice. Eric, we're not talking about Juice tonight, but Mike McDaniel and Juice are close. I got a feeling they expand his role this year.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why they didn't get Julio. I mean, if you're bringing in Julio, obviously you're taking snaps away from, the odd guy on the field, which is probably Juice. We're most likely going to be running a one tight end, one fullback, and two wide receivers, and then a back in the backfield. So if you're grabbing an extra wide receiver and you're going to run three wide receivers, obviously that excludes, Juice. So I think for Juice, it's obviously we saw a lot more of Juice last year. I mean, we saw it's on Madden. It's called like the fullback dive. Mm-hmm. And that's what we saw a lot of. We they would hand the ball off to Juice, and they would do that in like 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 situations. Mm-hmm. So right. I think I can definitely see his role, especially with these younger backs. Yeah.
We did see that a lot.
I would not be surprised, and I wouldn't be surprised if Juice is like ends up in the slot or something. I think we've seen that before from him too.
Well, he can line up there because he knows this offense in and out, and that's the thing this year. Everybody on the team, from JG to Aaron Banks. I'm looking at everybody else. Everybody knows this offense now. So now when you conceptualize the offense like you do now, if Kyle says, okay, here's what we're going to do this week, Juice, you're going to be the guy this week that nobody's going to be ready for. Now they can do things that they haven't been able to do for the first 2 years Kyle came, right? This is going to be a very interesting year. Got to tell you right now. We're going to see things that we didn't even imagine.
Yeah, we will. Wait, were you talking about Aaron Banks?
Yeah. I don't know how fast they could get Aaron Banks. Offensive line, it's like a basketball team, the starting five. Everybody knows what their assignment is, where they're going, how this play works, how that play works. I just hope Banks can catch up quickly, and so the offensive line doesn't have to, just the slightest lost step, it affects what they're doing on each and every play, right? So if Banks is struggling to learn, that's going to be an issue. If he can pick it up quickly or else just do a solid job, 49ers are going to romp. Man.
Wait, so Banks is the second guy, right, behind Brunskill?
Well,
the right guard spot?
People are assuming he's going to start. Brunskill, what? You got me feeling better about Brunskill starting. But Aaron Banks is such a beast. I wonder, because he's probably more talented than Brunskill, but Brunskill knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kyle won't hesitate to keep Brunskill out there, though.
I don't know if this means anything, but in the photo shoot, they had Brunskill in a position of a center. So I don't know if that means anything, but he was holding a ball like if he was going to hike it or something, I don't know if that means anything.
Well, because Brunskill can play the center. Brunskill's a guy that can play everywhere on the line. I mean, you put him on the edge. You can put him interior. Because he's a guy that Aaron Donald does not like to play. And you can put him at center. I don't want him at center. We don't want him at center. He's not a center. He plays there. He can get the ball back to the quarterback and everything, but he's not really the center. He can play every position but that. But he's proven that he can play that too. He's a valuable guy for this team. He's the number one guy that comes in if anybody goes down in that offensive line. So we're going to find out. Brunskill could be the X factor too. Now that I think about it.
Probably.
All right, fam. Let let's
right,
Eric. We'll see Wednesday.
Let me say one more thing about the Seahawks fans. I'll say this because I see a lot of Seahawks fans that bring up the Fred Warner play in the last game of the season. So, the West Championship.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's pass interference, then Super Bowl 47, Michael Crabtree, that's pass interference.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say that.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been called. If Seahawks fans want to say that's pass interference, then that's pass interference.
That was not pass interference. There wasn't enough contact there. Both men were beating each other up. Give me a break. That is not pass interference. If the receivers look helpless and take out of the play by the actions of the defender, okay, pass interference. If they're both battling each other, no, I'm sorry. That's not pass interference. Hawks fans, stop whining about that play. Eric, I'm glad you called that out. Good call. See you Wednesday,
All right, Ronbo. Yeah, I'll see you Wednesday. Later, Ronbo.
Later, fam. I got a bone to pick about that play. 15 yards, 20 yards downfield. And they call, what's our center? Captain Ben Garland, 40 miles away from the play, and they throw a flag to give the Hawks the ball back first down. Ah, God, that had nothing to do. Hey, Mr. Black Eye says, by the way, Dwelly or my two tight ends in Armstead are my X Factors. I thought about Dwelly. He gets enough snaps to be considered an X Factor, too. You ever put Ross on the list? Armstead already put him on there as well. We mentioned him earlier. And is it time for... It's time for Papa Dragon. Papa Dragon!
What's up, Ronbo, dude? What's up, man?
We're looking at them dudes. Papa Dragon, everybody comes. When you come to buy a seat in the stadium, you come to see George Kittle, Mostert. A lot of people come to see Jimmy G as well. Phil will tell you that in a minute. We come to see Debo. I mean, Nick Bosa. People pay extra to see Nick. But those guys that come in, the supporting cast, them dudes that you're not going to lose a game as long as they're out there doing what they do. Drake Greenlaw gets my award for that, but there's other guys who get it done too. Papa Dragon, what you got, man, for your X Factor?
Well, you got to look around the league. I'm going to look around our division here real quick. So, obviously, the Rams in our division have probably the best defense, and they have a gunslinger quarterback now.
Yeah.
We're going to say the Seahawks have the best quarterback in the division.
Did you say? Yeah. Oh, you said quarterback. I thought you said. Did you say defense? Rams have the best defense.
Yeah.
Really?
Rams have the best defense in the West. Absolutely.
Really?
They don't have any. They don't have any depth. Oh yeah, they got two lockdown corners. They have a defensive line. They got linebackers who can run. Safeties who can cover.
Who's a lockdown corner? Besides Jalen Ramsey.
Ramsey and the other guy they spent a lot of money on.
Okay.
Yeah, they shut people down, dude.
All right.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just calling it like I see it. I'm just being real here. They're 1 and 2 last year defense. I'm just saying. Just saying. Now, I like to look at the landscape, right? So we got the Seahawks. Seahawks have the best quarterback in the division. Okay, and unfortunately for us, not much else.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at the Arizona Cardinals, they probably have the best pass rush. They have the most annoying quarterback, and they probably have the number one schoolyard, backyard offense. Okay. Now, that being said, to me, I see that we got three offensive issues we got to address, and we have one defense we got to address. So I'm going to say that I'm going to go with the second highest paid. Actually, currently I think he is the highest paid defender on our team to lead the way.
Yeah.
The long arm of the law, Mr. Armstead, needs to make the Pro Bowl this year and earn his money. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
He's got to handle his business this year. I'm serious.
He should be embarrassed about last year. He should, Pop. I agree.
Look, last year, I'm going to write last year off.
We all have to.
I'm just going to write last year off. I got to. I have no choice. I'm going to write that year off just because last year was gas. We spent 5 weeks in Arizona. So I'm going to say that.
Well, how many teams get kicked out of their own house? Played with Santa Clara administrators about that?
Crazy. It's crazy. You know, poor Garoppolo didn't have an off season. You know, sometimes you know what they say about men who love the ladies. They say the same thing about a man who loves steak. Too much steak could kill you.
Come on, Pop. Now, somebody's gonna remember that and bring it back.
Now, that being said, the other X factor for me is something that I believe has been a key component missing from Kyle Shanahan's offense since he got here. It's going to be sexy Kevin Matt. He has not had a center in his offense since he's been here. He makes all the line calls. He's a leader. He makes the guards to the left and right of him better.
Yeah.
Okay? He is the key to just about everything in Kyle Shanahan's offense. Now, that being said, there's no excuse for Jimmy this year. None.
Oh, no.
I don't want to hear it this year. I don't want to hear it. Ronbo, no. I don't want to hear it.
It should be straight nails. You'll know that from me. I expect great things.
Great things. My third string key factor of this entire season is the guy I studied the most. And out of all the rookie quarterbacks, is making the most plays, and that's Trey Lance. Do you know what the people around Santa Clara are saying about this kid who's making 4 or 5 plays during practice that nobody else can make?
Yeah.
So this is how I see it. I see it like this.
The next Russell.
I'm gonna give you this free your imagination for a second. It's gonna go something like this. And Jimmy Garoppolo having a good game so far. Looks like he's gonna come out of the game and give the rookie some snaps deep in the fourth quarter against the Seattle Chickens.
Yeah.
All right. Now here's the rookie up under center in the I formation.
Yeah.
Takes the snap. He drops back. He's looking, surveying, got people covered. Oh, he's got some pressure coming from the right. Oh, back pedals. Oh, dukes the guy. Goes to the left. He's scrambling. He's going to run. No, he pulls up. Oh, 90 yards to Kyle Juszczyk at the 5 for a touchdown.
Juice?
How do you take this kid?
But that was a lot of time. Juice can make it.
That's his 5th read. Oh, Juice can play. I don't know what. I mean, don't get me wrong. He shouldn't be the highest paid running back on the team. Yeah. That's just a smack in the face. But I'm just saying, he could actually play. And I probably wouldn't complain if he would get like 10 touchdowns. I've seen him play for the Ravens. Folks Ridge, he can play.
You're going to see that more this year, though, Papa. You know what? Mike McDaniel and him are close, and Juice has already made that conversation anyway. You know, I'm just hoping that Mike McDaniel draws up a few extra plays for Mega this year. And, then I read they're close, him and McDaniel. So you're going to see more Juice. Got a feeling.
They all see Juice. I'm telling you right now, man. Juice is down with all those cats. That's their boy. crying at the press conference. Crying.
Juice, I know, right?
What are you crying for?
That's what being a 49er means, When people leave Seattle, ain't no crying. They usually leave mad.
Oh, they love it. They love Juice. They love Juice. When Juice retires, he's going to put his pads down in one locker, pick up a baseball hat and headset in the other. Yeah. Watch. he's gonna be new running backs coach, running back coordinator. What?
That's
he's
why
he's gonna be there a while.
And you know who else is going that route too? You know how DeMeco Ryan started his career? Him and Fred were like identical. DeMeco was rookie of the year, a Mike linebacker to start. as a rookie
Yeah.
and did a number.
Yeah.
Fred, same thing. Fred could have been a Pro Bowler in his rookie year. He was all that in a bag of chips. Fred and DeMeco, I love to sit and watch them dudes talk about strategies and things they're going to do. That's got to be a conversation that's got to be recorded so you can listen back to it. These guys are sharp.
I know. No, you know, I knew Fred Warner was going to be good. I didn't know he was going to be great. I knew he was going to be good. I didn't know he was going to be great. So, yeah, kudos to DeMeco Ryans for coaching him up. And, you know, looking forward to seeing what they're going to do this year with him. So, yeah, you know, I mean, the Niners have a lot to be excited about because, again, I said all the good things about the other teams. But you know what? 49ers have the best offensive line. 49ers have the best running back core. The 49ers have the best tight end. The 49ers have the most dynamic receivers. The 49ers have the best middle linebacker. You know, arguably, you could say that, you know, Jason Veretz is playing at a very, very high level. And I know people complain about size. Size don't mean jack when you got game.
Not at that position.
You know, no, I'm just saying in general because how tall is Megatron? 6'5", right?
Boy. Yes.
How tall was Revis? 5'11".
Yeah, Revis wasn't even. Yeah, that's right.
How fast was Revis? 4.55.
Yeah.
Right. You know how many catches and yards Megatron had, including an end zone toss. He had something like 1 catch and 14 yards, including a red zone high ball. So if you can play, you can play.
That's true. And Pop, you know, did you see the way Veretz came into camp? They say his thighs remind people of the Hulk, right? The dude worked out. You know, last year when he went up against DK, DK got physical, and coach switched him up. All right, Spoon, you got DK. What? Yeah. And I said, oh, man. And then Spoon took him for a while. Also, Mosley took him. I still never get over Mosley's play. Because I said, Papa, if I'm showing a film to a bunch of little leaguers, man, I said, okay, guys, slow it down. Watch this play. You see where he took off? See his took off? First, see the ball. Now, his reflexes are quick enough. He times his leap. Watch him get airborne. Look at the precision tree on that takedown on that ball. Full extension. Ball. DK does not. He is denied. I said,
exactly.
Look at that play, Mosley.
Exactly. It's like what Deion Sanders used to say: when the ball's in the air, that's my ball. Go get the ball. You know, when you panic and stumble all over yourself and fall, you're not playing the ball. You're playing the player, right? So you know what? Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately, I think we'll be good. Who did you say your X factor was?
I got Dre Greenlaw because Greenlaw is amazing to me. He's undersized and maybe a lot of other things, but he is a hero from saving a girl from a bad guy years ago, and I think God follows him. Some of the things he does out there suddenly are an amazing thing. And I'll never forget every play he makes. I never forget it. Wow, look at that.
I knew he was going to be good too because I remember he went to the combine and ran a slow 40 time, but he was injured.
Yeah.
You know, it turned out that he good scouting on the 49ers part, but he was actually the fastest player on his college football team.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably like a sub 4.4 guy.
Yeah, that's what
it shows on. It shows on film. Yeah, it shows on film too. So they did a good job getting him. I hope they can keep him. I mean, it's going to be hard if Warner gets the big contract. But you know what? He deserves a big contract. I mean,
wait, was he a UDFA?
Armstead didn't. What's that?
He wasn't.
No,
was he
no.
drafted? We drafted him, right? Yeah, he's
we
got another year.
Greenlaw, 5th round. The fifth round, lucky charm.
I know, right?
Like Kittle.
He's got 2 more years, so we might be able to.
No. Wait a second. This is his third. He's going into his 3rd year, isn't he?
Right.
So I'm not sure he has a 4th year option.
He's got this year and the 4th year. No, if he came in the 5th round, he gets 4 years.
Yeah, well, I'm not. It depends on how they do it, but I hope so.
They're going to offer him a contract this year, most likely. But I mean, you know, you want to get him before he gets too expensive. Yeah. So.
They need to get him. They need to sign him before they sign Warner.
Because they're a good duo, and we don't have another
Like
linebacker
you
in
said,
camp that's looking like Dre.
You see, kid, you're the highest paid linebacker on the team. Until next Friday.
That's what's up, Bobby Wagner over in Seattle. And then Fred gets paid.
Oh,
and that dude over in Indianapolis has got mad because Aaron Rodgers told everybody that Fred Warner's the best linebacker in the NFL.
Right.
Hey, Aaron, let me holler at you for a minute. As soon as they played Indy, he went over there like a 4-year-old and confronted Aaron Rodgers about what he said.
Right.
Sit
And
your ass down.
And I'm so high on Trey Lance. I haven't been this high on a quarterback in a long time. And I've been watching the other quarterbacks too. Yeah. And so far, the first 4 quarterbacks are doing pretty decent. Except number 1, Trevor Lawrence has got a bad hamstring.
Yeah, they made him sit down today. And
Mac Jones, slow, inaccurate, drunk ass is third string. He's got bad reports coming out of New England.
Mac got drafted when? Number what?
15.
Yeah, see, he can be sorry. Mac was drafted right where he should have been, Mac.
I still don't think so. I still think he's the second round. Only reason why I said first round is I thought that he would be a fit in New England. But the more I thought about it, I'm just like, they're going to draft him. And New England's terrible at drafting in the first round. And Bill's going to see that dude up close and be like, damn. Now the reports are
he's going to take a little long. You know what though? Yeah. I've not heard about Justin Fields, but I understand he's looking pretty good in Chicago too. So
Justin Fields is looking good in Chicago. The team likes him. Players like him. Town likes him. Working hard, doing it. They're not saying it. They're saying that the other cat's going to be the starter. But I mean, the way people are whispering over there, the chatter is that they want Fields to start.
Yeah. Well,
but they don't want to mess it up.
It's like you're saying right now. Some of these kids do need they need a minute. You don't want to rush them out there and get them to see something.
No, they do.
Yeah,
they do. But I felt that he was pro ready. Personally, I still think they should start him. If it was me, I'd start him because I thought he was. To me, he was my number one overall pick in the draft. Fact, he was my best player.
In fact, we haven't heard from our bro in New Zealand since the draft. Remember he had Black Zeus background. Black Zeus, Justin Fields. Hey, we haven't. What's his name? But anyway, hey, Pop, we gotta go. And,
all right, man.
See you Wednesday.
All right, man. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, my ears popped that time.
You
popped my own damn ears.
You're going to have a piece of chewing gum when you do that. That's like coming down from a flight. And all of a sudden you're going down.
Damn neighbor's dog is barking like crazy. Man, I got to go. Subscribe. Like this video. I'm out.
Bob, have a great night, fam. I'll look for you Wednesday. There he goes. Bob the Dragon. Well, fam, let me go ahead and I'll go ahead and say goodnight. And look for you Wednesday and talk some more 49ers football. Have a great night, fam. And remember to keep singing, ooh la la. Get practice right now, because we're going to get a lot of practice in the weeks ahead, or the Saturday months. Ooh la 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 la. What are the odds of having the same kind of misery that we had last year? Ooh la 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 la. And trolls, I want you guys to keep it hanging out with us. And by the way, for our resident trolls, don't make an exodus after week 3 and 4, okay? Stay around. Take your whooping like a man. Oh, by the way, fam, thanks for the contributions tonight. Always appreciated. And the likes. What was that? You don't need any cardio if you do that.